Very smart. Covered out that t-shirt that Steph hates.
I want it.
The cart is a dodgy white van that sometimes gets stolen and returned a few days later.
Stream Paradise Killer in your face was like,
No.
That's a pooch!
Hey, you up?
I posted a picture of my character on Instagram and I was like, look how cool my character looks. I was like, oh, your gear's blue.
You look up towards the seat to see if you can take this bad boy for a spin and gasp in delight. It's not a seat. It's a giant pocket. Of course it is. It's a fucking literal puck cart. Also, the wheels aren't wheels. They're actually 7 feet that run along the ground. Welcome back, Pocket for Thursday, the 29th of October. Tonight on the show, haptics in our hands, talks in our backs, and jacks in our box. But I can't jack it by myself, so I'm joined by...
Oh, that's a horrible
We're like 5 seconds in, man.
I can't do anything with that, is what I said no. And Gus, who is a gasp with that lead in.
And Stephanie, who's all sunshine and rainbows to offset the jack-off talk.
And I found my old, it's like a Top Gun, but Star Wars thing.
Oh, I like that. That's nice.
X-Wings and a Death
Is that not just Star Wars?
Yeah, but I think it's a reference to a Air Force.
But Steph's okay with this one, unlike your squiggle shirt from last week.
She hates the squiggle.
I hate the
This one's
squiggle
fine.
shirt.
Yeah, I don't like it either, actually, I'll be honest.
I thought
Says the guy.
about throwing it out many times and you'd be like, where's my squiggle shirt? And I'd be like,
Says the guy who went to change out of his navy blue t-shirt into a fresh navy blue t-shirt for the night show.
Gotta match your hat.
Oh, yeah.
You are wildly creative, though. So maybe it's you pour all your creative juice into, like, the logos and all that sort of stuff, and so you don't need to, work any of this out.
Creative juices. I'm just waiting for you to make
No.
again.
No, you're like the.
You're right, I don't-
Steve Jobs of the group here.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah. Dead. I don't know what that was. That was dead man. What was
Inside.
that? I'm very distracted because there's a dog using my foot as a table
Oh, yeah.
to eat her bone.
she does that because
a
she
little bit of
only
that
has limited capability with her little paws. So sometimes she kind of uses her paws to kind of prop the bone up so she can chew it. But it's much easier if she uses your foot
That's fine.
as a surface to push against.
You do have very nice trainers, though, as well, so I can see the slight anxiety
It's a big platform.
Yep.
It's a big play. Pete, I was going to say, how attached are you to the squiggle shirt?
Not particularly. It's just a shirt.
Because you could work some sort of you scratch my back situation where it's like you toss out that shirt.
Do I wear anything
get
that you hate?
All your clothes right now, remove them.
No, I wasn't going down that path. I was going down. You throw out the school shirt. You get some pants in the bathroom.
Pants art? Pants art. I'll get
Oh, I was like,
we're talking about this
is
before the show
pants in the
started.
bathroom
For
code for
context-
something in your house?
For context, we were previously talking about the fact that Peter was keen to put an artwork in your bathroom that's a cartoonist.
There is an artist a cartoonist that goes by the handle Pants. Look him up. Twitter. Does some amazing artwork. And there was one that I wanted to get that's perfect for the bathroom. That's
Framed.
yeah, and put it in the bathroom. And it's been shut down. But if I destroy the shirt,
Why
then
is
we get a
it
pants.
okay? But why is it perfect for the bathroom?
Because it's got a butt in it.
Yeah.
That's all.
that logic.
I hear how weak the logic is, but in my mind, it's tight.
Look, to be fair, and to give
I
Pete
get
some-
it's a joke print. Put it in your office.
It doesn't belong in an office.
Well, it doesn't belong in our bathroom.
Interesting.
I do see a lot of your father and you, Peter, where you're like, I'd like something that people can have a chocolate when they go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's a very
No,
Colin
we
thing.
have in our bathroom a lovely picture that somebody has done of all the different towns in the Blue Mountains that you visit, and an illustration of the defining site to see in each of those
you think
towns.
people
Tree,
should-
tree,
Yeah, I was gonna
tree, waterfall, tree.
Who's
That's
planning
not
a trip
true.
while they're taking a crap?
That's not true.
Too real, Pete.
It's
Too
not
real.
true. It's a lovely piece of art, and it's
is.
something that when people leave the bathroom, they're like, huh, and then they walk out.
But that piece of art is above the cistern. So
Yeah.
people, if you're a man, you stand and you look at it, and that's quite nice. You wouldn't get to see it much. You just get to see it as you go in, and then when you leave.
Wait,
Yeah.
don't women, when you hop in the toilet, don't you straddle it?
Sit backwards on it.
Ride it like a bike.
Yeah.
I like the idea that you want people to go into the bathroom and look at the art and go, huh, and then look at Peters and go, ha ha, and then walk out.
No.
What you could do is put up the pants and underneath it put up a little QR code so that you could hold up your phone and it takes you to his Instagram page and the store and you could get some sort of cut, like percentage cut for every time someone buys a pants from the bathroom, then you get like 2%.
We need
Interesting.
to hang both pictures and then put a little voting
Yes.
thing under
Yes.
Put a little
That's
jet,
good.
like put a bean or something.
Mods, let's
one
get a
jar.
poll in chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad we spoke about that for 45 minutes. Welcome to the show, everybody. It's a delight to have you here for another evening. We were here yesterday with a special Watch Dogs Legion stream that I think went very well. It
was great fun.
We went pretty deep on the game, but then also we gave away a ton of copies of the game to a lot of people who showed up and provided us with a very good time.
I spent the car trip home testing accents. I went through a range of UK-based accents.
And you drove your little moped as well, so you were
No.
screaming on the highway.
Oh, hey, yes, I landed the way. No, I was in my car and I went through a bunch and I went through regions of what I couldn't do, and I was pretty happy by the end of
Yeah?
it.
Yeah,
I
but-
reckon of accents I could do a lot more British ones than I could anywhere else in the world.
Wait, so it wasn't just like the United Kingdom or the British
Sorry,
Isles.
it was like I
You're
did
doing
Posh,
everything.
Cockney, Irish, Scottish, Welsh.
And that's
North-
the world to you.
No, I'm saying they're the best ones.
He's
I can
saying
do.
he can nail those.
Yeah.
But if he starts going
You-
into like
you-
Nicaraguan
You
or
feel
like,
confident doing a
Argentinian.
Welsh accent?
Wait.
What? Okay. No, I don't know.
Say that and then not do it.
That was it. There are people of very few words, Peter. They
That
farm,
was fucking cold.
they farm, they nod, and they.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
That's no,
That's
no.
not what Batman sounds like at all.
I'm look of all ones that Steph had to pull out. I'm not the most confident in that one. So
Give us your most confident one.
Gravy.
a shite.
Go on.
Like train spot in Scottish, the one they do with that. It's like, everything's shite out here. You know, it's just like why are we?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Thank you. I have watched Train Spotting a lot.
Because I was like, you have to do it now. Because we asked people to call into the show who
Yeah.
have potentially never appeared in front of an audience before to just go, we're not only, you need to do an accent, but we're going to try and make you break.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a very fun time. Unfortunately, you can't travel back in time to participate live, but you can go to our YouTube channel and check it out there because it was a really fun night as well. A couple of announcements where, first up, November is coming up, which means Movember is coming up. 3 out of 4 of us are men. And so mustaches are available to us as a sort of perk of the
As a buff?
of the gender,
As an
the
equipable
sex, the
character.
gender. The sex, the gender.
Well, gender is a human construct.
Okay, the sex.
The sex is what you are assigned at birth.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. The genes. So we're going to do something. We don't know what it is that we're going to do yet, but we will like do some money raising on the thing.
Yep.
I want to shave somebody. Scotty, maybe? Little mustache on
She's
Scotty?
already had some.
Already got a little
She's
pork.
already had some shaving done for some medical procedures she needs to have, and we're just desperately trying to get it to.
We have a lot of potential between the 3 of our faces, I think. So we'll work something out.
Maybe we could shave all our hair. What if we shave our beards
Yeah.
so that we get a mustache, and then the hair that we shave off, we make a mustache for you?
Ooh! I like it. It's weird.
What?
It's a bit gross, but I like it.
We'll stick it on like a piece of paper or something. We're not
No,
gonna,
do
like,
that thing where you get
implant it in her lip.
double-sided tape, do it down there, and then just get a bowl of our trimmings and just go in there and do that one. And you'll come out, it'll all be moustache.
Are you asking me to motorboat a bowl of your hair?
No, of our trimming stuff.
Your trimmings?
Oh my god.
That's gross.
Oh, it's for charity. Come on.
I liked the idea of putting it on a piece of paper.
So funny. Oh my god. Oh my
Get the
god.
double-sided tape, just get a Yoo-hoo glue stick, just get what you want.
People are not happy about the words that were just said then.
Hey, I'm the creative one.
That's true.
Okay?
That's true.
Potty Top says sex magician at it again.
So, a big push that Movember are doing this year is all about mental health, because obviously 2020, the year that we all wish wasn't, and that mental health is as important now as it is has ever been, and that a lot of men have trouble talking about mental health and being open to those kind of conversations. I've been pretty open about my mental health. I think with you guys, I'm sure there's stuff that we've been talking about my struggles with depression, going to therapy. I have a therapist right now. There's nothing to be ashamed of with that sort of stuff. So I think that it's a pretty good cause to support, and it's something that we can do something with. And
Yeah, we definitely should.
that thing is apparently Steph motorboating a bowl of shavings. All right.
I also have a therapist. I haven't talked about that with her, but maybe I will now because I'm traumatized by it.
I have issues. They all sit next to me on a show and come up with terrible ideas.
And then the other thing that we needed to announce at the top is that next week the show will be on Wednesday, not on Thursday. Correct? We agreed on Wednesday?
That's what's happening.
Wednesday is what we're doing. And we can tell you why that is in 2 days' time.
Oh, right. I was like, is this a countdown? And we got hours, minutes? What left? Yes.
But so we've got something else happening very soon that requires the use of this space, and so we'll be able to tell you what that is, and you'll be able to watch that as well. So actually, you're getting extra content, but it just means that instead of Thursday next week, the show will be on Wednesday.
That's the plan. Yep. I'm glad that every time we have to move the show, it's for something else that people can enjoy. It's not for something that we just privately do and sell.
Our secret parties.
Yeah, our secret sex
Secret parties.
Yeah. Oh, another secret sexy party. So there's the silver lining there.
And then there's one more surprise in the house, but it's a surprise for us and not for you guys.
Absolutely.
But there is a little. You can walk through. Pete does it all the time.
do this.
Yeah.
Put a camera.
Just cover the camera. Cover the camera. And yep. Perfect.
There it is.
Who recognizes that torso?
Nailed it.
All right. Excellent.
He's going all the way
Good.
around.
There's camera 2, camera 1. No, missed that cross.
We missed it.
Back there. Oh, made it in. There it is. Cut away. Hey!
Mum put this on there. You don't need this.
What is?
I'll get over this.
Let him yell in your mic, Nick.
There's no jack in this box.
Chat's going wild. It's Will.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Someone said Will my man, but I read it as Willy man.
Willy Man.
Yeah.
The Willy man is here.
Willy brings gifts.
Get that.
Oh, get that.
Pete, give him a single. Look at this.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Roxanne.
Awesome.
That is so good.
Oh, I
Awesome.
love
No,
that.
come. Oh my god.
Have.
These are beautiful.
Peter, you eating?
Yeah, hook us up.
Yep.
Okay,
Catch.
this begs the question.
Oh my gosh.
This begs the question, is there a stencil now for these? How? How does she make them?
She didn't make the stencil.
But
She
what?
found a way of making the stencil.
That is
She
beautiful.
found a
Pete,
way.
I
That's
guess we
so
can't, like, on our wide, it's like, how do I... You can see them from there.
Nick's got the best.
Perfect stamped
Better than my face.
Holy shit.
It is your face, just blue.
It's true.
These are wonderful.
I love it. I'm going to take a photo of it now just in case.
Oh, God, yeah.
Later.
Jill, I'm going to take a photo because I'm going to eat it.
Oh, Roxy.
Roxy's the best.
And it's in the colours, the right colours.
Is
and
Roxy
everything.
watching?
Oh, my God. We love you.
So moist.
You're gonna hear some lip smacking, but they are the softest cookies. You won't hear us chew anything, so you shouldn't hear like bad chewing.
Spectacular. Thank you very much, bro.
Yay! Thanks,
you.
Roxy. Well done.
Obviously, as well, for anyone who hasn't noticed, the edits currently that have been occurring for the playbacks each week, the Superbs, they're good now. They're good. But they are obviously the results of the wonderful little Will. Little Willy.
There is a hashtag Get Will a Single.
Will has a mic over there, so Will's going to be here all night. We're going to talk to Will.
my
and
God.
Will's going to join us on the couch. Well, probably replace me on the couch for a bit later on.
Holy shit.
But yeah, Will's
it's
doing
so
phenomenal
good.
work with the editing, and tonight you will see because he does all the playback stuff, but the trailer for the Watch Dogs one that we did is just a work of genius. So it's fantastic. So we're very excited that Will could appear on the show. You've known he's been a part of the team for a while, and rest assured we are going to continue working him to the bone.
Oh, yeah.
All right, should we get into it?
Well, I mean, yeah.
not?
I just want to eat these.
You can eat it. Pete's starting with the game, so
do
you're
your
fine.
thing.
let's jump into it and let's start talking about what we've been playing this week. Because I'm just saying.
What there it is.
I'm just saying, what the fuck was that? Saying,
That's the
what
old
you all
double
been
click.
playing? Brought to you by Brent Jones, aka Loki Cat. The
Oh no.
Go on. Oh, he's broken. You waiting to come back?
He actually looks like he's frozen.
Like, well, this is live. We're live.
That side of the camp studio, nothing. He could
Still
change
moving?
expression now, but he won't.
Error.
There.
Oh yeah.
Error, Nick.
Yes, and
Runtime.
I know. No, I was like, I got nothing. I got to write something for him. I feel like I've run out of things that he could do. What else do cats do?
No,
They sleep a lot.
Oh yeah, he probably does.
Let's tell a story about the two of our cats. You talk about Gandalf really quickly, and I'll talk about Merlin really quickly, and then and we'll find Loki Cat somewhere in the
somehow tie that together.
middle. Yeah.
Gandalf has a bit of British short hair in him. I don't think he's a purebred British short hair because I bought him from a online ad.
An Instagram ad? Like where I get my...
It wasn't an Instagram ad, but it was a woman who was selling cats, and I was like, I'll take one of those, and she seemed kind of shady.
Oh,
So
Do you reckon...
back alley cat.
Yeah,
back alley cat deal. Back cat
felt
alley.
like a bit of a back alley cat deal.
Back alley cat deal.
Actually, Peter and I had. Were we
my
not?
God.
We were not dating.
No.
We were not dating.
Yeah.
We were just.
Too much detail. This should be about cats and Loki Cat.
Yeah, I'm like,
Let's move on.
You look at me, and when you look at me...
It's
know,
true.
it's bad.
That's my tell.
Wait, it's bad?
I was just going to say we weren't dating officially. We were sexy friends. It was back when we were.
You wanted to.
No, both of you were clapping and I'm skanking.
I thought you were golf clapping.
Why were you clapping that?
I don't know. I heard
sexy
clap
golf
noise
clap.
and I went for it.
Yeah.
I followed the lead.
Anyway, we both went on a journey to pick up Gandalf from this woman.
She liked my driving skills, and the rest is history.
No.
Oh.
And in the course of the car trip, because it was somewhere on the south coast, Gandalf managed to shit, wee, and vomit within the space of like 60 seconds.
This tiny.
It was like everything that could come out of this
Shaking and
tiny
covered.
kitten exploded out of him.
Yeah.
So,
Just like
Loki cat.
There you go. All right, we brought it full circle.
Wow.
Little story about Merlin. Merlin is a pristine, beautiful beast. Always was an indoor cat, and both of our cats are now outdoor cats. But it's worked out well for us because Gandalf, being the chunker that he is, doesn't go outside, so we're not worried about him catching wildlife. And Merlin goes outside, and he is too much of a prissy to dirty his claws by attacking anything.
But also physically incapable.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's
He's
just,
a big Gumby.
you try to play with him when you get a cat toy and he's like, kind of misses it, you know? Like, you know how some, like, Gandalf, when you play with him like any other cat, is like, this is really boring. I'm sorry.
So, reflexes of a cat does not apply to Merlin.
Yeah, okay.
We'll come home and he'll run across the road, and he's got like this gait that is nothing like a normal cat gait. So Merlin is the antithesis of Loki Cat, who is very good at walking.
Better bring it home.
So good at walking. Thank you, Loki Cat, for being good at
I'm not
walking.
digging out of that one. I'm leaving him in that hole.
Loki Cat was in the chat and said, I'll come to the studio and push all the glasses off all the surfaces. Is that
Thank you,
cat
Loki,
like
yeah.
enough for you?
Oh,
I love
that's
it.
nice.
I love,
I do
I love
like
that
that.
he's still okay with being referred to as a cat once we've clearly defined that, like, more into birds, actually based on a song,
Yeah.
doesn't like cats, but we will continue this story.
I would argue weirdly into birds. Okay, let's get into the games now. Peter, what you been playing this week?
Oh, I already pressed that button, didn't I? It broke. Yeah, I've been playing. Well, obviously, we all played Watch Dogs Legion. Go to YouTube and check out our extended look at that. We don't really need to see more of that. We certainly. But the game that I booted up last night, once I got home from the stream, what's wrong?
I reordered it all.
Oh,
Keep
no.
going.
It's fine. We'll be fine. Is GhostRunner.
Yes.
Which dropped like 2 days ago, I think. It's
Yesterday.
It's fresh out of the Steam new releases, and it's really super cool.
How good is it?
Yeah, man. It's
Skip out a bit there.
I guess like on the outset, it looks like a little bit of cyberpunk meets like you think you're going to get into like an action game just by the look of it,
Yeah.
and there's very much a puzzle platformer with a sword.
Totally.
It is...
Sorry, you're playing this as well, Nick. By this
Yes.
point,
Yeah,
you're
Nick has
agreeing.
played.
Okay, got it.
Also, and I know that Nick has played because every time you finish a level, it's also a score chaser kind of thing, or a speed. It's like speed running.
I love that,
So it almost feels like every 5 minutes that I played, I was like, oh, it feels a bit like this kind of thing, or it feels a bit like this kind of thing. Like I felt.
It reminds me of this. Do you remember there was a Prey 2 game that got made that never got released?
Yes, there was an amazing trailer for it.
Yeah.
That was, with the Johnny Cash song where he's like running through a city.
I saw a whole demo for it at E3 one year, and then it just kind of got cancelled before release.
Well, it got changed. It got turned into the Prey 2 that it got turned into. But yes.
Yeah. Well, this reminds me of that.
So to set up what the world is, it is kind of a dread, skyscraper world. The rich, privileged people are way at the top, and we got in a cutscene as you boot up the game, you get your butt kicked out the window and fall basically all the way to the bottom. So you're fighting your way back up to the top of this city to get revenge.
Nice, simple premise.
Yeah.
It's raid meets dread meets...
Yes.
yeah.
Mirror's Edge.
Yep. So the movement basically is a lot of wall running. The slowdown mechanic is kind of the biggest part of the movement. You get a grapple really early on, but we saw there when you hold shift, you slow down time, and when you're in slow time, you can move. You can strafe in the air.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. You can...
So the idea is to really kind of rhythmically find your way between the bullets and get up there and slice the baddies.
And you kind of want to bait their bullet, their shots towards you, slow time, move across, and then grapple in or something. And
It's not exactly, but it's a tiny super hot-ish.
Yes.
Very super hot.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's very super hot.
I can see what you mean about drawing comparisons to so many things, but having its own aesthetic at the same time.
Totally. And because the whole world is kind of falling apart, the other thing that I saw a lot of in it was Portal 2 in all the platforming of it. It's how do I get around this puzzle?
Let's skip ahead a bit and just...
But it's very fast paced. It's got some weird... did you get to the bricky worlds? Maybe jump back a little bit, Gus.
Sure.
I haven't played too much. I'm in the forge, smelty.
Yeah.
On all those platforms coming out of the fire.
Basically between key missions, you go to this cyber world.
Oh, sorry, that thing. Oh, yeah. I've been there.
So you would have seen one of those already?
I've seen a couple. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's visually unlike anything I've ever seen in a game. Where this is feels referential.
Scrub a bit. Sorry about that.
There is. Yeah, maybe just do a little scrub. I'll pull the audio out for the audience.
Right, thank you.
It will be. Anyway, the point is you go into this space that looks like nothing else I've ever seen. It's very much about platforms appearing as you jump towards them.
Yeah.
And you kind of got to keep your momentum and
that gives me so much stress and anxiety even thinking about
totally.
it.
And it has this pixely. Everything is kind of digital.
Right.
Weird building around you.
Yeah.
And in it is Tetris-based slide puzzles.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm really going to try and find
what is this game? It's just become so many different things that have
Who developed it?
Something there, was it?
Not quite, no.
Yep.
Sorry. I know this is a long clip from this upload, but there's some cool stuff.
There it is.
Gotcha.
So encounters are
What are you walking on?
Whatever that is.
You're in the main.
You're in the Matrix,
Stephanie.
basically.
Right.
The encounters, it feels like a puzzle game almost immediately, where you come into a scenario where there's 4 people that you need to kill, and you get reset, and it's immediate restart. It is Super Meat Boy style, go,
which is the actual because the game is difficult in that it's all about timing and precision and nailing a run. And I couldn't give this to someone who doesn't play video games and they would have any fun.
No.
But it has a fantastic save system where it auto-saves very regularly, so you can chunk your way through. You basically, after every encounter, it saves.
Yeah. And it doesn't even, to me, that doesn't even feel like an auto-save system. It feels like every level is broken into tiny puzzles.
Yes.
It's like you kill those dudes and you finish that puzzle.
Yep.
So it'll never punish you by making you do the puzzle again unless once you've finished a puzzle.
Absolutely, yeah. And even big platforming sections are sort of chunked up into that as well.
Yeah.
But the thing that really saves it from being very difficult is that reset that is instantaneous, because you go, oh, you can fail 10 times in a minute, and you just and you find your rhythm, and that's the really beautiful thing about it. It is actually about fail, like go there, kill that guy, and then get shot and realize, okay, there's someone over there. Now I'm adding that to my awareness. Go in, kill that guy, get that guy, someone there. Okay, that's now in my awareness. Then go, oh, maybe I should approach it this guy first, and then come over here and come down there, and you put together the map of the level from your peripheral vision as you keep just doing this death loop. And it is so satisfying, because when you string that together, you have strung together Badass Simulator 2020.
Yeah.
What is the checkpoint system like? Like, how much do you have to redo when you die?
Again, it's like it's anytime there's a moment that feels challenging, it's like as soon as you like beat all the enemies in the space or get through a jumping puzzle that's hard, it's like that's finished. You'll never have to play that again.
Yeah, and it's like Super Hot, where I've only encountered like 5-6 people max in a puzzle or an area to get through before you get to the next one. And then also the way that the combat works, it's just lots of really nice touches where you might not know how many people are there. You slice, and then the final person that's there has an extra chunky like sound effect slice, and it's a little more slow-mo, so that's a trigger to go, oh, there's no one else around. Like, finish the puzzle. There's lots of really nice just quality of life touches to it that help you gain an understanding about like what you're accomplishing and how to do it.
Totally. And there's very much a rhythm to it, which you've mentioned, of like even listening to the sounds of like, you know, the blast of that guy's machine gun.
Yeah, right.
You know the timing between the shots that the enemies that can see you is going to be, and you know when you slow down, how you slow down time, how long you're slowing it down for. It feels a bit like a rhythm game at times, and there's really good audio cues, and you're finding there's tends to be more than one way for every puzzle to approach it. Like, and you'll slide into the first one, and the movement systems are insane.
Right.
Like, there's so many different ways to get around the map. You've got a grappling hook. You can
Sky rails.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's cool.
And it also has the production value is fantastic. Like, this world looks great. The funny thing about it is that this world is entirely empty of everything except for surfaces that you can walk on and people that you can kill. There are no collectibles. There are boxes around that look like boxes you should be able to crack open and get something out of. There's no currency. There's no upgrade system, whatever. Like, you get new abilities.
There is, in a sense, there's no currencies. You're not collecting stuff, but when you do get new abilities, there are trees, and you can... this is another like...
Oh, okay, I haven't gotten that far.
There's like this inventory management game in that you get unlock nodes, and they're shaped like kind of like Tetris pieces, and say you've got this grid, like the better you get at the game, the more of that grid is available to you.
Oh, right.
But there's random squares unlocked on your grid at the start.
Got it, right.
And if you can fit as many Tetris pieces in there as you possibly can, and that will give you those abilities.
Amazing.
So you can go like, I could have this one big chunky block and it fits there.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of wastage. I'm not going to get anything else around there, but I get this really
So like there's like roguelike games used to have that as an inventory mechanic, where you would pick up like RPGs and stuff where you'd have a grid.
It can't fit.
And so if you got like a really long staff or something and you had everything was kind of you might be able to rejig the stuff that you have in a way to allow for the staff or
It's I'm surprised I'm not playing this. Like, this is totally my jam.
You would love it.
This is great. What I think is really interesting from what you've shown and talked about in this brief moment is that the idea that there's clearly a strong aesthetic with this cyberpunk style city, neon, all that kind of stuff, and the fact that they've built this secondary kind of game in terms of those pixelated other areas as well just look totally unnecessary, but awesome that they're there. It's like, I'm sure it plays into maybe the story. There's something.
Yeah, there's a very, I feel like, unreliable narrator. Where I'm like, this guy sucks.
But I would have just thought, like, the game looks like it could hang its sword on just this style and this look alone, and then that there's that there is some kind of like inventory system or skill tree that you can play around with as well. Again, the thing that baffles me, Pete, is that you hate Doom, but you like this. I'm not saying the similarities are huge, but I am seeing that, like, there is this kind of quick, sort of really trashy, fun, pulpy, moving around dance that you do in this game, but obviously, it just doesn't gel in that other game.
This game is clean.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
There's no fat. It's not messy and particly and obnoxiously loud. Like, it's not trying to be in your face. It's really stylish.
You know what? This game could be N++. It could have that art style. And it would still be basically exactly the same game. They've just polished the hell out of the graphics because they can. And the other thing I really like about it is I think it's cool having these games that have what seem to be a very high skill floor, but they make them accessible by being, with the save system, with the instant respawn and that sort of thing. But also, it's one of those games where as you get new abilities and ways of fighting, you go... Because oftentimes in a game I'll go like, okay, I've got 10 things I can do here, but I'm going to use 3 of them, and that's how I'm going to do this. It's like, this game you have to use all the tools that it gives you, you have to use all those tools. If you don't use all those tools, you just get swamped and overwhelmed. And I think it introduces new things in a really good way, and the variety of the new abilities and stuff that come up are just all really interesting and useful and stack on top of one another.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll say about it is that I believe it's quite short. I haven't finished it, but I'm pretty sure we're watching someone's clip that's like 2.5 hours of them finishing the game.
Yeah, right.
So there's and they've probably trimmed some of the fat.
How much is it?
It's like $40.
Yeah.
That's a good price for something that's made
but it feels
well.
And it's feeling like there's an end in sight instead of like this is just going to be crazier, bigger and bigger levels that just get to the point where it's like I gave up on this a while back.
Yeah, it's more that they're
$35.
You play it in 10-minute chunks because it's so fast that you want to just like solve the couple of puzzles and then you can put it down. So like, even though it's only a few hours long, you're going to have multiple play sessions in it because it's like you get like the adrenaline kick of it, and then you want to put it down because you're like, oh man, that was so fast. I was going to say, you're moving really quickly, like getting onto everything. You do exhaust yourself.
I jumped back into BPM, that shooter, the other day, which I see that speed similarity where it's like I can only play this for a certain amount of time before I need to take a breather. I think therefore it being a little shorter on the shorter side might be to its advantage.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Word of the day for the stream: chunky, everyone. You can chunk through it. Apparently, there's some chunk sounds that it gives you. Peter says you play it in 10-minute chunks.
There you go.
Very chunky game by the sounds of it.
And little Gandalf blew chunks when we were driving him home. So there you go.
Full circle.
There it is.
Full circle.
Well done.
Stephanie, what have you been up to?
Well, you all know I've been going on my Destiny 2 journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is probably like the first foray I've really like spent in. I'm still going to call it an MMO because that's what it is. I'm sorry. Even though it doesn't look or play like a traditional MMO, it is
Double click it.
a shared world action game. So I've been really enjoying it. I've been enjoying kind of like getting my head around the world and the systems and stuff like that. And I've been playing with a bunch of the, like, I would say Destiny 2 tragics in our Pocketeers community.
They're all here now.
Yeah. And so we've started doing a few raids. I never played raids in like WoW or any other MMO, MMOs that I've played before because they always just seemed like, I don't know, intense and not fun and not what I wanted to get out of the games. But being that Destiny kind of plays differently, I was like, let's do it. We started doing raids. We did the Leviathan together.
Yep.
That was really fun.
We've done it twice together now.
We've done it twice together. That's true.
Guys.
Yeah, I know. We're like an MMO couple.
It's so cute.
No, but it's really fun. And then last night I jumped on with Avexia.
Yes.
Pawn Called Bishop.
Yes.
And Reese.
Boo. No. Reese has been mentioned a few times in the show, so I feel like friend of the show.
You don't want to give him special treatment.
I can trash talk him now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And a couple of other friends who I'm not sure if they're Pocketeers or not, but like Brainstorm.
Reese
and
made the face.
Yeah. And we did The Last Wish, which is part of one of the expansions. It's content from one of the expansions that is like disappearing in like a week.
Yeah.
Which is a concept that I just couldn't wrap my head around because this is one of the most beautiful, I would say, world design experiences I've had in a game. Like, it is just, imagine designing a fantasy world for Steph.
Oh no, it's staying apparently. So
It's staying?
Again. Yeah.
It is. What?
Avexia says it's staying.
Oh, I thought it was going into some kind of separate archive space.
It is staying.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's like a world designed of like amethyst geodes and like ancient twisted trees and like beautiful like temples. It is just so stunning. But the level of like complexity to these puzzle systems, and the raids take like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Ish.
I gotta do something.
And that's because
Longer when I'm there.
That's one of the latest ones as well. That's from Forsaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
When I'm there.
Like,
and just
Have you
for people
seen
who don't
these
play
geodes?
for people who don't play
There was a lot of
Destiny,
that.
they take 3 hours once like the first 48 hours after their launch has happened and some like ultimate clan has streamed themselves finishing it in 24 hours while they work out the puzzles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like people know how to do it and it takes them 3 hours.
Well, you were talking
you know
the other
how-
week, Pete. You were doing a raid with your mates, and you guys were doing
Steph.
about 3. No, like 2 weeks ago or something.
I'm a mate.
Blokes.
You're a bloke.
Telling us. No, I'm saying we were talking
so
about
about
this
3 and a
week.
bit hours, yeah.
Yeah, right. So that is roughly how they take now if you know the puzzles.
Yeah, and it's
Sure, there are people who can do it much
and it totally Well, I think once you've got like a full team of people who know the raid and know how to do it well and are not Gumby like me, you'd probably smash it out really quickly. But there's always an element of like, it's like before every section of the raid, you have to explain what's going to happen to the people who don't know, and it's like, when you can't visualize what's going to happen, people are just being like, okay, so what's going to happen is these 3 balls are going to pop up, and then this thing's going to happen, and then what's going to happen is you're going to get teleported into another dimension, but only half of you are, and then those people have to go and like shout out these 5 symbols that they see on a thing, then you get teleported back, and then the other people are going into another realm, and they have to activate 6 levers, but you have to tell the people that are in the other dimension which symbol corresponds with the lever, and you're just like, I don't know, and it's really stressful because like if you fuck it up, then it fucks it up for everyone and you have to start the whole thing again, and it's just really stressful. I was like trying to go to sleep last night, and every time I shut my eyes I could just see like flashes of these things, and I was like, no. But it was like I had no idea the size and scope of this game, and the like the puzzle concepts that were involved. Like, I can't even imagine what it must be like for those day one clans who are trying to solve the puzzles, because once they're explained to me, and it's still confusing when someone who understands them is trying to explain to me, I can't imagine working that out for the first time. Like, when you think about every puzzle concept you come across in any video game, it makes it challenging, but it leads you towards a system of trying to figure it out in a way that's like, oh, okay, I get why I'm going to solve this within 5-10 minutes. But these aren't like that. They're sometimes like, they sometimes have some logical patterns, sometimes there's just stuff that's completely hidden, and it's crazy.
I think part of that as well is because like we're used to seeing puzzles in The Witness, which is like,
I was going to say,
you drag a little dot around and it's very clearly you're looking at a puzzle, or it's Uncharted and it's like, I need to put this staff in that hole to shine the light that direction. It's like a third-person game where you can kind of get a sense of the puzzle in front of you.
And also where a lot of the gameplay has already been, push this boulder over here so you can climb up onto this thing. Like, the mechanics of the game are built around like, the puzzles never introduce something that you're not already using as a mechanic in the game.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, it's like, you interact with everything with your gun, and then suddenly it's like a completely different part of your brain needs to start being in-game.
Yeah. And on top of that, the idea is that, like, I'm sure puzzles are a risky thing to put in any game in the sense that they can frustrate your player base to the point of going, I'm going to put the game down. Whereas, like, you can brute force your way through a shooter because you're like, I'm just going to keep doing it until they get better. So traditionally, like your Uncharted, it's like they don't want to scare you off with too many puzzles or like too difficult puzzles because you put the controller down. Whereas the idea of the puzzles here, they're meant to be so obtuse that the idea is that they do take the community a month to get through, and that just raises the stakes.
It's crazy. Sometimes it's like you have a debuff that corresponds with something else, and you have to stand in a certain position in relation to everywhere else.
You're like, this shouldn't be where we're going now. I'm in a
Yeah.
shooter. I should be going over the bridge.
And then even
It's
just
like-
finding your way through this stuff, there's all these like
Yeah.
hidden passages, and sometimes you think you're supposed to go straight, but then you're supposed to jump off the bridge and go underneath and through the tunnel.
Yeah.
And
Have fun with it?
cannot jump. Like, of the many flaws I have as a gamer, like, just jumping systems, for me, I find really challenging. Like, the spatial aspect of, like, of kind of pushing yourself to the limits of your jump capability, but then also, like, navigating really narrow spaces and making sure you hit a very narrow target without falling off.
And what are you playing as?
A hunter.
Oh, right.
I have, like, the triple
You got
jump.
the triple jump, which is the hardest jump. 'Cause- yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like it's good to start there, and then I get the easier one.
Yeah, but that's implying you're going to put another 100 hours in
Change
a
class.
different character.
I could be MMO girl now. We don't know.
You basically are. This is definitely making me want to do Destiny raid.
I mean,
If
of all that, it was just it was so fun. It was fun because also we had lovely people to play with who were very kind
Yeah.
and carried me through, who carried me through like 2 raids actually we did last night, and were so patient patient and laughed while I failed to jump across many perilous chasms. And there was one thing where after you finish solving this ridiculous puzzle thing, there are these like half spherical balls that you have to jump up, but then they spin. But you also, at the same time you're trying to do all this stuff, there's a bunch of things trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And like the raid is like moving ahead. Oh my god.
And to finish what I was talking about before about how like there's a puzzle in front of you in most video games when you know it's a puzzle. In this, you feel tiny in these massive worlds.
Yeah.
And the puzzle is huge around you.
Yeah.
And you need to turn all the way around. And
Yeah,
like,
interesting.
Like you're
You're the little dog.
You're an ant in a
the
sandbox.
witness, mate.
Yeah.
You are. You're the dog.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect analogy.
Are you raiding? Is that what that face was?
No, that face was that I installed Destiny 2.
Oh, good.
I booted it up. I got into the main menu, I went to the loading area, and like the previous time I booted Destiny 2 up after they'd changed your starting area, I was like, where am I? Who am I? What is this? And
yeah.
it was basically like, I'm in that point, I was like, great, I cannot wait to sit down and actually push through with this. I then turned it off.
But just, I mean, I get you've also just been super busy and stuff like that. But you just need to tell me or anyone.
Oh, no, I'm saying that I'm confused about where
But
the story
specifically
was.
me, best friend.
Yes.
That you want to play because I did, it took me so long just to, and Reese, who is so lovely, has been like kindly like explaining the systems of the game to me because it was just very overwhelming.
I meant mainly that they had to make a narrative jump to be like, okay, people who are picking the game up now for the first time, here's a way we're introducing you. But I'm like, hang on, I played it for like 5 or 6 hours when it came out as Destiny 2, and I'm like, I don't remember.
Old news, Gus. Old news.
Yeah.
I feel like
Where's the farm I
not-
liked hanging out on?
I did not see this coming.
Still there.
I know.
But what is going to happen is that in the month of November, when there's all this amazing stuff out,
We're going to be playing
I
Destiny.
never saw it happening. But Back Pocket is going to be a Destiny.
We've started a clan. We've started the Back Pocket clan. You can join it now.
Play it. I'm definitely jumping on the new expansion. So like we can all play that shit together.
Yeah.
We say this every
Bill, do
week.
you want to get in on this? Yeah? Yeah? Will your mum bring cookies?
She'll play.
Good. Well,
That's
just do the cookie.
okay.
Yeah, cool. Okay, great. Destiny 2 raids. It continues.
Yeah,
Getting ready.
It's really fun, and thank you so much to Lovely Pocketeers for helping me, because it would be super not fun if I didn't have lovely people to play with and to put up with it. Because I feel like half of it also is just, the lols you have along the way.
Hanging.
Hey, Steph, jump over here.
It's moles you're having along the way until it's like 1.
This is it. This is it. This is the stupid teacup thing.
There it is.
Oh, it's so annoying.
I did see someone in the chat before.
whoever
said,
did it
"Lest
just
we
nailed it."
forget the teacups.
Where's the
Yeah,
teacup?
I did not nail
missed
it.
it.
Hang on.
Yeah, we saw it. It was there.
They did not
And so, speaking of lovely things that the Pocketeer community do,
Yeah, right. Okay.
Stephanie, this is yours. Take it. The ball has been thrown.
No, we've moved
Oh, yes. Oh, so, yes, I've also been, getting to know the Oculus Quest 2, which we have.
getting to know.
I've been
Getting to know the Oculus Quest 2.
It's not like, I have to say, it's not the most user-friendly thing when it comes to like.
No. But as someone who has been making love to the Oculus Quest 2.
Passionately, slowly, and very tenderly.
No, it is, yeah. It can be
Champion amazing pocketeer, What the Shark, who also does beat mapping for synth writers. We spoke about this last week on the show, has beat mapped the Back Pocket theme song. I played it today. You played it today.
I did.
I played it on normal, which is, this is my footage here.
Hang on,
but-
we're going to listen to it, right?
We can
yeah.
Let's check it out. Let me roll back and make sure we're getting.
Yeah.
Well, the start is just like,
Oh, it's just bloop bloops at
Yeah.
the start.
Oh, it is my mistake. But so
I played it on normal, you played it on hard.
Yes, yeah, I jumped
Because
straight
Shark has beat mapped all of 4 difficulties of easy, normal, hard, and expert.
in. There was an expert.
There was expert.
Oh, I'm getting in on that. But yeah, so obviously what the Shark has had to do is put in notes for beats of the song, but also like off beats as well, which I find.
It's very, like, I actually through this have developed a really wonderful appreciation for beat mapping because the way that
theme song.
just the way the space is utilized and the crossovers and my favorite bit, Shark, if you're watching, is the bit where you kind of go like this. It's really cool, and you kind of do this like outward movement.
Get to pick where the beats are.
Yeah, so if you look at the beat mapper, it looks a bit like a Vitruvian man.
Nice.
So you get a full sense of like all the different places within the kind of movement
You've
space.
been getting to know the Vitruvian man.
I've been getting to know the Vitruvian man, that you can place the balls, and when you add rails and stuff like that as well, which is what's cool about synth riders is these kind of rails that you surf.
Yeah.
It's really nice. But yeah, it was really fun, and it was so cool to be able to play our theme song made by Shark in this game.
Very cool. Also, I see in the chat, Miss Molly Makes is here, and she said that she loves your wind-blown hair.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's very hot.
One of those things that I just.
sorry.
Oh, not even there.
Oh, God, I can't wait to shave a part of you. And
That's not what it's about.
Hang on. Gotta.
Sorry? Oh, wait, do you still have the. Oh, I'm too low.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Molly. I love it too. Look at that mid part. Oh, God, the 90s.
It's like DiCaprio in...
I feel like you want your single, and then as soon as you get it, you
like,
freak out.
yeah.
The single was
You're like, don't look at me.
the single was my gut. So I was like, oh, dear.
what have you been playing, single boy?
Well, thank you. No, I was still enjoying watching this. It's mesmerizing watching the actual synth rider stuff. I have also been playing VR as well. I have been playing a game that just came out, I think, last week, called Population 1. And
I heard of this.
Yeah, it's taken the VR world by storm, but really it's just because a lot of people are on the Quest 2 at the moment, and it is applying Battle Royale to or like a very stock standard Battle Royale to VR. So I booted this up and gave it a shot over the week, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I am a self-confessed Battle Royale fan. I'm also a VR enthusiast. You marry those two things together, you got Gus lying on the floor, pretending he has a sniper rifle, crawling around, being quiet as a circle closes in on him. You thought Mario Kart Live was sad? No, this gets sadder. I joke.
Just
actually,
wait till the ladies get a load of this.
it's a really cool take on a battle royale in the sense that they've just kind of gone for a very straightforward vanilla treatment. So it's like you've got this just standard blue sky, green hills city.
Yep.
You're all generic looking humans. It closes in a circle as you all pick a spot and try and survive. So the things that it does that are different.
So you're with a team, sorry?
It's all squad based for now.
Yeah.
It feels like. So
Squads of 3?
Squads of... I thought it was 4. Maybe 3, actually. You could be right. So everyone's out in squads of 3. You kick the game off, and in a cool little mechanic, you climb into a pod which flies you out over the city in a random direction, and you choose to eject out of said pod to where you land in the city. You then forage for weapons, you try and survive, etc. But I'll skip ahead.
Banana.
3 squads of 3. A really cool thing about it is the ability to climb on every surface. And combined with that is the ability to glide off every surface. Off every height. So what you can do is you can basically, with a gun in one hand, you can put the gun away and you can climb up every surface, like just using the triggers and gripping.
Yeah, cool.
And your character will traverse vertical surfaces and Yeah, how do I put it? It's a really interesting way to just expand how the game is played rather than just running between cover, popping and shooting each other. Suddenly you can go, no, bugger it, I'm going to climb this high-rise building and get onto the roof and hide in a really interesting spot.
What's happening right now? Why did you forsake me?
You can slap people to death.
Yeah, exactly. But from that height, you can also jump. And if you jump and then walk off an edge and then put your arms out to either side, you glide. So what we're saying here is, Pete, if you go to the full screen, it's the pods at the start that you get in, and then you press launch, you fly it over the city, and you can choose to either get out and glide, so you can try and land somewhere high, or you pull eject and the pod will slam down and you'll be there. So you'll be on the ground quicker to get weapons, but also could be a bit more freaky.
You look a bit like students on a university campus.
Yeah, that's what I mean
Everyone's
by
just like in
vanilla.
hoodies and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty generic.
It's just like
from an art
nice
style.
parkland you're in.
But I've got to say, like, I guess the footage we're looking at isn't incredibly sort of inspiring in terms of we've seen battle royales and we've seen VR, but having a full multiplayer game adds to the immersion, having a battle royale adds to the tension, and having the ability, as I said, to go, shit, someone's in that house. What am I going to do? Am I going to barge through the front door and try and shoot them? Or am I going to put my gun away? Am I going to scale the building? I'm going to creep around on the roof. I'm going to try and like drop down on them and freak them out and get them in a more tactical way. So what I ended up doing is going to one of those giant fans in the distance by hovering down, getting a sniper rifle and lying on the floor with a proper scope. And
Your floor?
On my floor at home, which meant my character.
So to go prone, you have to go prone?
Yes, and crouching and prone. And I lay up there.
That's the tagline of the game.
Yeah, you gotta go prone. And I've just got to say, from those VR experiences, those moments I've had in VR where you just go, this feels so immersive. I was lying up there, I could hear the wind through my hair, and I'm just looking around quietly, and I suddenly see someone moving off in the distance. So I'm like, all right, load the gun. Sit there, prop my arm down on the floor so I'm actually got a stable scope, follow him along the mountain and then just quietly popped him off. And it was just like such a cool way that is different to Pete.
Pete's laughing at you, but Pete can't laugh because Pete talks to teens in VR bedrooms at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Exactly. Pete couldn't play this game because he'd throw up. And what I was going to add is that this game asks you take everything you've learned from VR games into it. And that means the ability to run around with a joystick and not feel sick.
Oh, you have to move with a joystick?
Yes.
I'm out.
So that's the thing. It's an advanced VR game in that sense. There are things that you can put on to be like, you've got the vignette that helps you from throwing up and that kind of stuff as well. I turned all that off, and you have to combine that with resource management in terms of having all your gear switched to triggers and buttons and all that kind of stuff, which in the heat of a gunfight can get really stressful. Yeah, outside of that, I just really had a good time with it. As I said, the ability to go and hide somewhere and...
Is there proximity chat?
Yes. Yeah. So like most good VR games, you're chatting to your team. One of the only other cool features is when you are downed, you can then move around as a ghost. And your teammates, I think, can see you. You leave your stuff where you died, but you can choose to, if you died really far away from your squad, you can now leg it to where your squad is, a little slower, at more of a walking pace, but you can walk all the way over to them, and then when you get there, they can revive you. You won't have any of your gear because it's where you dropped it, but you do have, it's not like, oh, I'm downed, over here, come to me. And you revive people by pulling out a defib and having to charge it up. And so you've got to stand there and charge up the defib, which is not as funny. Like, so you're charging it up, which makes a huge amount of sound. So you can hear people charging everyone. No one's taking me seriously. This is a good game.
No, I am.
That I'm enjoying a lot. But everyone's just picturing me in my room, aren't they?
It is very funny. But I feel like I'm keen to experience more of this stuff. I mean, just like, not so much Battle Royale, because obviously it's a very timed thing, but I would more be interested in something like, what was the Arma 2 one?
Oh, like DayZ.
PUBG,
yeah. Yeah, like something like that where you have, I don't know, I guess...
Russian?
Well, no, just like time to kind of interact with people, because I always find that, or DayZ, where you have like, what do you call it? Emergent gameplay to interact with people, because I feel like that's what's so funny. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to know how VR evolves in that space.
Sure. I mean, rounds of this are shorter than other battle royales that I've played, and I think predominantly that's a good thing. It's like you've got, I think, like a handful, like 5, maybe 6 squads of 3 all running around the map, and yeah, it's a relatively small map considering it's a battle royale.
Yeah.
So it's all over fairly quick. There's some fun little mechanics in there, like bananas for health means you have to peel all 4 sides of the banana.
That's nice.
Cans of Coke, you have to open like a can of Coke and chug.
Oh, that's
This
cool.
shit sounds stupid when you say it, but when you do it in the thing, it's really
it's
cool.
really
like
cool.
it is all the
And-
time when you do that. Like, in fact, when you play VR and you eat a banana, if you don't peel a banana, you're like, what the fuck are we doing with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah,
why am I playing something that looks worse than a normal game, that's a lot more work to do, and that makes me throw up at the end? So I can peel a fucking banana.
Yeah.
And
as
just being able to throw stuff in VR
as I
is a joy.
said, playing any other battle royale where you go and camp on the top of a building with a sniper rifle and just kind of wait and sit there with your controller down or a hand on your mouse and wait, and you see someone, you go, all right, I'm going to try and hit them, shoot. Versus, I'm going to lie here, I'm going to check that I'm loaded. Yep, it's all fine. And then I'm going to rest my arm there and then suddenly see someone and have a shot. And then suddenly a bullet's like starts flying over my head. So I'm like, quick, get up, crawl back a little bit so they can't get a shot on me. It's those little things that, again, immersive is not the right word.
Do you
it's
encounter...
just like,
Sorry.
yeah, it's just, it feels like what you've been emulating in games for so long, and you've finally got a way to do it. I'm not just talking about guns, like it is that idea of just like, oh, I'm physically doing the thing I've done
totally.
for millions of hours.
We're talking about bananas.
Yeah.
Do you encounter people who are just like, don't know what they're doing and still trying to figure out VR?
Yeah, and they're the best ones.
That's what I find so funny.
They're the easy pro.
I've only, like, because I've just dabbled a little bit in VR chat when I was trying to figure out how to play that Among Us 3D version that someone created, which I'll talk about next week because I need to find a better way to showcase that on the show. But when I jumped into VR chat, I spawned as that giant fat cat that Peter created last time when he was in VR chat. So I was like, how do I not be this cat? And then it was a bunch of kids in there who were all just laughing at me.
Well, that was similar to my experience, except I asked the kids and they told me how to change into the fat cat.
But the funny thing about it too is that you just encounter people who don't know what they're doing, and everyone's just figuring out VR. So I had one person who was just laughing, and then you could hear them go, someone else is going to try this shit, man. This is crazy. And then you see their avatar go like this, trying to get and then somebody else comes in, and then you see them kind of waving their eyes there, kind of getting used to what VR is. And you're watching this all in front of you, being like, this is wild.
I would say that people playing this game in particular, and just to show you, to illustrate this point as well, I know it looks clunky, but someone's gone, there's nothing in here, so they put their gun away and just doing this sort of hand-over-hand action to climb somewhere else and grab, oh, there's a better gun up there that I could have used, and my teammate comes in. I would say more people playing this have tested, their VR legs in other games, and so there's a little less of that.
Yeah.
It is good when you find them because they are easy kills versus there are a lot of people playing it who are really good, which is a bit scary. It is a cool thing that there is, with the proximity chat as well, though, because it's turned on by default and getting put in squads with randoms, there is something very disarming about meeting strangers in VR because you're like, I can't just be quiet and mute chat and not talk to them. It's like, well, hi guys, I'm new at this one. Anyone know?
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's
a disaster.
No, it's just it makes you immediately go, I can't ignore them. I'm going to have to talk to them, and they'll be politer than I think your VR chat kids because it's like, oh, you're on my team, cool. Yeah, you can have this gun. Throws it at you.
Yeah, it's nice.
I don't know. It's cool. It's a cool experience. I'm enjoying it.
It's a game that I know that people have been really excited for, and it was like, this is the next big sort of like, showcase of VR. So I'm glad it sounds good. Seriously, Punked in the chat said, might switch my free sub from Kind of Funny to these guys. You should. They've got enough. They got plenty of people. What do we got? Nothing.
They do have enough.
We got nothing.
It's our turn now.
It's
Pocket's time to rise.
We gotta get our friggin' editor's mum to give us food so we can eat. You give us your sub.
Where else can I talk about games that only I'm interested in and no one else is? Nicholas, what game are you interested in that hopefully we are as well?
So I played GhostRunner, I played Watch Dogs Legion.
I've played Population.
Yeah. I will, though. I will play. I'll put it on the quest. I've also been playing something that I can't talk about, but the season is about to start, ladies and gentlemen.
Tis the season.
But something that I can talk about, and Stephanie can talk about as well, is that we got hands-on with the PlayStation 5.
Hey.
And I'm going to start this by saying I was initially very underwhelmed.
Okay.
And by initially, I mean when they just told me before I did anything and they just said, here's what you're going to be doing today. Because I was like, oh, wow. I've booked out this long session. I'll go in there and they've got like 5 games and I'll be checking them all out, whatever. And they were like, we're going to show you cooling springs level on Astrobot. And I was like, oh, that's the level that I've seen in every single example of Astrobot since they announced Astrobot's Playground. Playground?
I don't know.
Playroom.
This was my first Astrobot experience.
Astro's Playroom. Astro's Playroom. Yep, Astro's Playroom. So, it's the level that everybody's already seen heaps, and they've already talked about a ton. I was like, oh, this is it? This is all I get to see? And I really loved Astrobot Rescue Mission. I think it's really fun. But I was like, okay, this is it. I then picked up the DualSense controller, and this is the system seller for the PS5.
100%.
I've never been so blown away by a controller in my life. I went home and I played other games on my DualShock and I was like, what is this piece of shit in my hand? Why doesn't it do anything cool? Steph?
I was making like girlish squeals and giggles as I was just like getting used to all of the different systems and like functionality of it. It's like they take you through a controller demo, so it's designed to show off everything it's capable of. But remember when it was like the first time the Vita came out and it was like, here are all the different functions, the like touch screen, the rear touchpad, like all these different, and the things that it does. It like, there are so many different subtle haptic feedback mechanisms within the controller that you feel, at least within the demo that we played and with this Astro Playroom thing, like when you run across multiple different surfaces, you're able to feel the changes in terrain of like 3 or 4 different terrains one after another. You can feel those differences. The triggers in themselves had like a... do you remember I was talking about in VR how it was like when you pull back on the bowstring, being able to feel that like the tension? It's like you can. They have different ways of mechanizing that within the trigger based on what you're doing, and it was almost like it had like. I don't know how to describe it. Because I mean, this whole game is built basically to show off the controller. Yeah.
So when you play as a character who, Astro goes into a sort of like coil suit. To zip up the suit, you swipe up on the touchpad. As you swipe, you feel every individual click as the zipper teeth go into place, and the sound is fantastic coming out of the thing. I just play with the zipper a ton. You then zip up, and then so to coil up, you pull down on a trigger, and then you release to jump. As you pull down, if you think of the tension like you had a spring and you went like that and then you started pushing the spring together, this would be like, oh, this is easy. And then as it gets tighter and tighter, it's harder to... And that's exactly what the trigger does, is it just puts more and more like counter pressure against your squeeze so that it becomes harder, actually physically harder to... It's not just that it vibrates, it actually puts resistance against it.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of the Sony reps and they were saying that... what's the friggin' Bethesda Softworks, the game coming out next year, the one that got delayed, the Time Loop.
Oh my god, yeah.
Deathloop.
Deathloop, yeah. That a mechanic in Deathloop is that your gun will jam, and when your gun jams, the trigger will not move, and it will jam up until you unjam your gun, and then you'll be able to click the trigger again.
Well, that's my whole, like, thing is that I hope that they utilize the functionality of it.
Definitely.
Because even just, like, the little speaker that is on the DualShock controller, like, you'd think that more games would have utilized that, and yet I feel like very few actually did, but when it happened, it was always a delightful surprise.
It felt like there were
a screaming baby.
Yeah. Well, but Death Stranding, that's what, that was, like...
Is that what the game's called? Is that called that game?
I called it the Sam Porter Bridges game because I forgot the name.
She said, when the microphone went off in the Sam Porter's Bridges game. I'm like, the what? Like, that's such a harder thing to say than Death Stranding.
You know what I meant. When that happens, it was so like delightful. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there were ways to kind of use the what do you call this?
Motion.
Gimmick.
No.
Motion sensor?
They call-
6-axis?
Gyro.
Gyro, yeah, the gyroscopic thing within the controller or like the speaker and stuff like that. And I feel like maybe a couple of games used it at the start and they're like, oh, this is too hard to develop for.
Sorry, Gus, you go.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, it's the pitfall of a lot of new tech, new hardware. It's that they have a few things to show off at the beginning. It is the thing they can utilize, and it's the selling point. And then often it does fall prey to just being in a bunch of tech demos and nothing else. I think I was saying that I remember when the Xbox One came out, Xbox One X. God, I really have to think every time I say it now. It had better vibration than that had previously, better rumble, and they were saying, oh, they're going to do heaps more with it. And the game they showed off was Forza Motorsport at the time. And driving in that felt like, oh, wow, you could feel if your tyre went over the chicane on the left side, it would vibrate differently, gear changes, all that. I don't think I felt any other game really do it. I don't know if I just got used to it, but nothing ever utilized it the way it did in that demo.
Yeah, this is so different to that.
Oh, no, I know.
But I'm saying that I think because it's so different, I think developers will utilize it. Like
At least first-party developers.
Can you imagine like the web slinging in Miles Morales on the PS5? I feel like that will
when your
probably...
webs jam?
Webs jam. I feel like that would be so cool.
Like they will be able to do a thing that when you shoot, like, and I'm saying this just purely hypothetically.
Yeah.
When you shoot, that you would have a vibration as it comes out straight away that would then lessen as it kind of like goes further away and gets like
and then gets
thinner or
taut.
something.
Yeah.
And then it could totally like rumble when it gets taut, because there are so many rumbles in there that it is actually you can do such. Like my favorite feeling of it was there's the part where you're on the ice and that you're walking through water and it has this. It's hard to describe, like. It feels like your hands are moving through water. It feels like the controller is moving your hands slowly or something. But then when he got to the ice and started skating, I was like, this is exactly what blades on ice feels like. That is the vibration that I get through my feet. I'm now just getting my hands. Yeah. And I was like, I could shut my eyes and know what surface I'm on because of that. It's very difficult to describe. It is amazing to feel. I think that first party will definitely support this. If I was Sony, I would be saying to third parties, because obviously it would take more work to put in there.
Well, that's the thing.
We will provide you with the extra funding and people to be able to implement this into your game properly. Because
who's your lead vibration developer?
Like 100%. Because I'm thinking about like any third party, say like Valhalla or whatever coming out, and you have a choice of platforms to play on. If I have a game that is identical basically on two platforms, but on this platform I get this controller, 100% I'm going to play it on the PS5 if they support the controller in the way that Astro Bot does.
I can't wait to see, because I remember once with like my Xbox 360 controller, I wanted to use... I had like a case that I wanted to use, and I watched a tutorial for how to like pull apart your controller and then put this new case on that I'd bought. And when I pulled it apart, I could see the little motor mechanisms inside the controller, and that was really cool to kind of get a sense of how that worked. I can't wait to see, somebody will pull it apart.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what's going on inside there, because I can't figure out how so many subtle and reactive little sensations there are through just this one thing.
It's amazing.
It's so cool. And it feels comfortable in your hands, and it's just like...
Well, because it's bigger as well. And I've never liked the DualShock that has always been too symmetrical for me.
Same.
I like how it flares out. When I initially saw pictures of it, I was like, the handles are too long. When I put it in my hands, I was like, oh, this is exactly what it needs to be. It's heavy in a really good way. And because they're longer, it means that you get like full feeling from there to there of all the rumble. I'm like, oh, I can see why they're so long, because they're actually utilizing all that space to be able to provide separate sensation. Yeah, like this is, I haven't played enough in terms of like the buttons about like they felt fine to me, maybe a little bit squishy, but like they felt like normal PlayStation buttons for me. The dual analog sticks felt really good, but yeah, the triggers and that feedback are just like years beyond.
Yeah, as you said, the point of difference between these two consoles, there's not a lot outside of exclusives. Grunt-wise, people can go through Digital Foundry and say, oh, this is what looks better on this versus that. But I think for most people, it's just a matter of going, yeah, it's my preferred system. But this is a point of difference that I think could push people in. And it has to come down to something very simple again. It's like, oh, we're going to rework Rumble. And it's like, or we're going to rework the controller's feel and vibe. And we're not just going to perfect it and do iterative things things that are like, oh, now it's just a ubiquitous kind of like, it just is a generic controller. It's like, let's redesign that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm excited about it considering I wasn't before, and that's a good thing to be.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Hopefully it goes the way of, doesn't go the way of the I think they called it the HD Rumble in the Switch controllers, which that's incredible.
Yeah.
Like you can feel a marble move from one side of it to the other.
Right.
But it's like,
That was
how useful is this
one
in a game?
thing.
Yeah.
And the thing that concerns me is like, these things are really cool to show off in a game that is designed to show you zipping yourself into a suit because they built the game to show off the controller.
Yeah. But
Is God of
how
War-
developers can be creative with those mechanics with their game design.
And like Naughty Dog are going to nail it.
Yeah.
But God of War, like, it's going to feel good, yeah, but it's not like you're going to be, like, zipping up boys, like, whatever.
Enough VR chat talk, Pete. So I totally hear what you're saying, but I think that part of the difference is that, like, a big emphasis they were putting on was, like, walking through environments, wind, like, the breeze. There's a part where a fan blows at you and that breeze gets, like runs through the controller.
Yeah.
So, and that's at the same time as you're punching someone and you're walking through water and there's a fan. So there's actually 3 sensations going on in your hands, so that if they go, well, in God of War, if they're traipsing through the snow and his axe is vibrating because something is happening and there's also a breeze coming through here and then he gets hit with an arrow and it's from behind. So I think that there's enough of it in it to be able to add, like, I really hope they support it, because this is like, Xbox have Game Pass, they are just software, like the unique thing is software. I was like, what is Sony's thing? And it turns out that Sony's thing is actually, I want to play on this more than I want to play having anything else.
And that zip mechanic is like one thing that they created to show that function off. But it is just that, like, when you're running your finger over the touchpad, you're getting like a very specific, subtle haptic feedback in exactly the place where your finger is touching, and that feedback can change in a multitude of different ways. So I feel like there are different ways that you can apply that to gameplay. I can't think of anything right now because I'm not a game developer, but like I can imagine ways that developers would be like, oh, okay, we can get them to do this.
I don't want to be a pessimist, but it's amazing how we've felt amazed about hardware hardware advancements that could just get forgotten in the slew of games.
Just never experienced anything like this.
Yeah.
No, I'm so pumped that is something, as you said, that is different, and that I hope it doesn't become an afterthought for games, and therefore just never gets utilized in the same way. Or that Sony don't go, this is our selling point, and put it too heavily into games that it becomes obnoxious as well. Again, I haven't felt it, and I'm sure the subtlety is there, but like describing gun jams, triggers locking up, almost annoying to me. Sounds annoying. It wouldn't necessarily feel that way if they get it right. And they're the two that haven't touched it, so we don't really have a leg to stand on.
I know what you mean.
But I feel like if they overdo it as well, there's like, I don't want it blowing wind at me all the time. You know? Like, so
I like, definitely there is a world where it's like, stop moving.
Yeah.
But I think that it's like immersion as opposed to distraction.
You're not aware of it all the time. You forget about it after a while because it becomes so a part of the experience.
It's like your hands are in the game and the rest of the body is.
which is why
it's like you're fucking the controller.
Which is why I think it'll be great in things like Tomb Raider, Uncharted, and it should not be anywhere near Call of Duty.
I like
like the controller's a tool in Call of Duty, not an immersion.
Sure. I like in The Last of Us when your torch runs out and you have to like bang it against your palm to get it working again. Little things like that are cool.
Yeah, again, it's subtlety. It's like,
three
it's like, oh, I forgot this
put
did that, and it doesn't feel bad.
Put no vibration, regular vibration, or immersion vibration.
Yeah.
Like, so in your COD, you can go, I want to feel every moment that the gun jams, or I just want to go to regular when I shoot a bullet, the gun vibrates, or none at all. I reckon. Like, do it in waves like that. Or
I want SNES controller.
Yep.
I want Xbox controller. I want Sibian.
I feel like amazing.
Is that a sexy thing? It vibrates?
Yeah.
What is
Okay.
I'll show you some videos.
that? Is this a post show?
Multifish in the chat said, a lot of love for haptic feedback and controllers tonight, Nick, and yet the Rumble Pack for 64 never made it into the list.
Amazing too
great.
for people, from a accessibility standpoint, for people who have I guess limited sight or things like that. Like how much that would increase the experience for them to get that much more feedback.
Totally. Yeah.
Would be unreal.
Also, the chat is literally just, I get that reference. Okay, cool. All right, we've been playing a lot. Will, you been playing anything good? You have a microphone.
Yell at the microphone.
No.
All right.
Ah, good.
All right, well then we will be back after this very quick
How long
break.
has that been like that?
I tried to point.
Oh, right. I didn't even notice.
You've got a microphone.
You have one job. You come in here and give us cookies. You don't come in here and fix the tech. What's this about?
Wait in my hand.
I just Googled it.
We'll go to an ad break.
We're gonna find someone fun. That's what I want. Meryl's great, but I need to replace Meryl. Because look at her. Okay, Meryl, calm down. Take that off. Thank you very much. What's going on here? Investigated for tax evasion. This is just an audit. Have you been audited by the tax office? I have. This is exactly what it's like.
You're fucking dead.
What the fuck? We're getting audited! Boys, burn everything! That'll be fun. What happened? Well, I did say that I wanted to get rid of Meryl, and she's now been arrested. That's the first time this has happened to me in the game. I'm actually very good at it. All right, if you stop shooting me, I can make my video. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that at all. I hit the wrong button. Whenever I play open world games, I never pay attention to the NPCs, the people just wandering around doing whatever. Now that I'm really watching them, they're weird.
This area is being recorded.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to Andrew Sims, me and Will, and Animelting. Thank you very much for the word from our sponsors. Andrew Sims there with a new one, very exciting. If you have a word from our sponsor that you want to send in, then there is a Google form in the Discord that you can put it in, and I will repost that tonight in announcements so that you will know where to submit it. But that is the easiest way to be able to put that in there as well, because we love getting those. So thank you very much to Andrew Sims and
They've raised questions. I want to know from Andrew Sims, are those his emus? Mm-hmm. Are you meant to spray emus with a hose?
Mm-hmm.
I think the emus were just very hot and someone decided to give them a bath.
That makes more sense than me being like, you're not growing emus.
Imagine, the size,
Don't forget to water the emus.
imagine the size of the bird bath for an emu.
I know, right?
I had cousins that had an emu farm. It was very strange.
I didn't have emus, I had an ostrich.
Really?
Oh, it was
Yeah.
totally ostriches.
Yeah.
I got confused. It
And
was an
Good
ostrich farm.
eggs?
Big eggs, yeah. And
16 people you can scramble an ostrich egg for.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We brought it home. We bought it much like you. I bought it from an ad on Instagram back in 1994, and we sat. It was in the back of our
The ostrich.
yeah, because it was like a baby ostrich.
Right.
It was in the back of our Jeep or whatever, and it kept poking its head out of the cage and pecking me in the back of the head, and it totally traumatized me. So it was like I was so excited about the idea of getting ostrich for our farm, and then by the time we'll get home, I was like, we kill this thing tonight.
Because
We died on
1994
ostrich
as well. You just watched Ace Ventura ride into a room on the back of an ostrich in When Nature Calls.
That's your only reference of that I can think of as well. Sorry, just on the scrambled egg things, I have to scramble 3 eggs to have enough for like one breakfast. It's like cooking spinach. It always just seems to disappear. I would happily try and eat a whole ostrich egg of scrambled eggs because I just can never get enough. And I reckon 16
That's a lot. An ostrich egg is about this big.
Yeah, but an egg's that big, and I have to use 3 of them.
I love that we're comparing egg sizes. But if you do have a spare ostrich egg, then you can send it to PO Box 217, Strawberry Hills, New South Wales, 2012, addressed to Gus, and we will eat that egg on the show.
Will you eat it raw?
Clever Sauce says, no, they're my friends' emus. They do enjoy a good shower.
There you go.
Nice. I'll make a slide with that PO box address on it as well because we've been thinking of things to put up in between the ad breaks. So
Yeah,
I'll pop that up
because,
as well.
we got Pocky before.
We did. We got sent some Pocky, the actual Pocky.
Yeah, actual Pocky. Which, there's all sorts of stuff.
That was from BMAC.
That was from BMAC. Sorry,
Thank
yes,
you, BMAC.
I should mention. Oh shit. What's your name? It was Wigan. Wigan makes knives. Wigan wants to make us a knife, like a sword letter opener custom knife. If you
Wow.
if you go to Instagram.com/made by Wigan, WIGGIN, you can see the knives that he makes. They are awesome. He's just like an amateur, but they're really cool. So he wanted some ideas on a custom back pocket knife. And so I was
Amazing.
going to ask you and you about like, what we could do with that.
Because I'm the creative one?
You're the creative one and she's the psycho with the blades. Yeah.
True, that's me.
And so,
And I'm
Wigan
a
wants
spoon man myself.
Yeah, he contacted me today on the Discord and said,
I love
wanna
that
make
he's like,
you a
I
knife.
want to make you a knife. I'm like, I hope he does that as a profession.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very cool. So we got to figure that out. Okay.
We shall.
Before we move on, PockArts.
Yeah, so I've been going through the backlog of some of the PockArts that we did on a stream a couple of weeks ago. As always, very busy getting through as many of them as we can. I think next week we're going to try and smash through a bunch, but I had a bunch in my reserve of sketch ones that needed finalising. So that has been done and they've since been sent off, so we're looking up there. Of course, any guesses at the name, guys? Can you remember who this one was for?
Ahungytree.
A very hungry tree, that's correct. So these have all been sent out. A hungry tree, of course, being a very hungry tree in a diner opposite the road from the other pub. Hanging with the Boys, Season 2 on Amazon. Get your copy today.
That's right. Hanging with the Boys. That was the reference.
That's right.
A big
Pidgeots in the branches.
couple of party Pidgeots in the top branches and a poster nailed to the side for that band that everyone loves that I don't know much about. It's the 3 letters, Nick. It's
Parkway Drive?
Parkway Drive. There it
Parkway
is. That's the
Drive.
Parkway Drive symbol
Yep.
there as well. So
Chemical Romance?
sorry.
CR?
There's one of those terrible bands, but obviously a fan here. So that's Hungry Trees is there. If I can scroll through, Ninjapyroo, who I've always pronounced incorrectly,
Ninjapyroo
is of course the reason for the Australian bushfires of 2019, but was started by a ninja kangaroo who was fearful of spiders, especially the one hanging above them, and also is it a funnel web in the hole underneath? The little one doing the little legs?
Oh, yeah.
With the Pokeball.
They do. They go like
They
this.
do. They do that creepy little one. With the Pokeball, the ash as a pile of ash, and a fan of Destiny as well. So we've got a ghost. They're called ghosts, aren't they? The things that hang out with you.
Yeah, yep.
A koala ghost to fit in theme with the Australian animals.
Perfect.
Also a burnt tail because reached out to me and said I would like a blackened tail because the shinies of Charizard. Charizard? Yeah.
Yeah.
The shinies of Charizard are black with the burning tail, which is what we were embodying with the burning tail here of said mascot as well. And the bush ablaze behind them as well, so thanks for that. Then we've got the VegaBus, typified by a party bus. So that is the VegaBus being driven by Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Good touches.
The request was to change the driver from, I think, Ryu from Street Fighter to Obi-Wan Kenobi, who I meant to write with a speech bubble saying hello there. So I'm very sorry. I will update that and send it through to you.
Hello there.
A wearer of many hats, a wearer of McDonald's out in Tullamarine under the airport, which is why we've got the the airplane over the top.
And the Tullamarine Maccas.
And the Tullamarine Maccas, which is
Doxing specific.
which is the M of the boom, 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 being the VegaBus, which was the reference. Also in the passenger seat, we have Vega from Street Fighter, hence the VegaBus. Link in the back. Wearing his favourite peach Hawaiian shirt, a lei, and sporting some pretty fashionable Elton John style glasses, which is Tim's Patreon logo as well, is him wearing the said glasses. So it was very easy to find which one you were. Also, if anyone wants to have a guess, who's the guy in the back with the guitar?
It's you.
I know. I don't remember. I haven't gone back and watched the stream. I just looked at it and went, there's a guy in the back with the guitar. I don't know who he is or what he's from. Please, Tim, remind me. No, we were doing the stream together and we all said like, oh, we need that person in the back with the guitar. I don't remember who it is.
Is it Joel from The Last of Us?
It could be. Yeah, it's the happiest I've seen him. But yeah, so there you go. VegaBus. Oh, it's a Bunnings hat as well on top. Did we say that? Pete?
Yeah, no, you didn't say it, but that is a Bunnings hat and a party hat because it's the party bus. And
Jack Black?
Yeah, maybe it was.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. That looks like Jack Black, doesn't it? He's all bearded.
Not really.
Shut up. And finally, or maybe not finally, SpazRus, Josh, who just got a new microphone for his podcast. Obviously a big fan of VR, as the name implies. Zooming around on his Broomba 3000, which is a Harry Potter reference, obviously, but he liked the new brooms from Harry Potter. Someone help me with that, because I don't know which ones they were called.
Nimbus and...
There's something else?
Bimbus.
Arcanine.
Sure, but he also had a Roomba in...
Nimbus was one of them. Nimbus 2000 or 3000.
In his sponsored word from where he's playing VR in his living room, the Roomba's just getting around the kit on the floor, which we thought was hilarious, hence the Roomba. He has a son who has been typified there by a small golden Quidditch.
Beautiful.
Snitch?
Definitely Snitch.
Nick's out. Sorry, gang. Quick, grab the golden snatch. Which ended up looking more like Baby Yoda.
Oh, God.
As a game of Quidditch happens underneath. And the final detail being that the pub in the background is called the Heroes Tavern, which is the name of his podcast, which he does with three mates. Hence, they're the logo at the top of the pub, off in the background, all being encased by a VR grid, proving it's all just a lie, an illusion. His son, his Broomba, and his VR, all not real.
That's awesome.
And finally...
I love this one.
This was PeterGunns. PeterGunns already had a logo, which was a real photo of a cat wearing red and blue glasses, which we then used as our inspiration. But then we took each eye of the glasses and put a different aspect of PeterGunns' life. On the left, you're seeing his enjoyment of the outdoors, of the camping in the Australian outback, with a sign that, if you could read it zoomed in, it says, take only photographs, Stephanie, but what do you leave?
Take nothing but memories.
Take only pictures.
Take only pictures. Leave nothing.
Leave only garbage.
Leave only footprints.
Leave only yeah, that's
right. Okay.
You were there on the street.
I can't remember.
And then on the right-hand side, a more urban, angry gamer attitude of him raging out playing games, spilling over his whiskey, and showing off his guns, because it's PeterGunns. He also hates frogs, hence there's a frog on the top.
Massaging the cat's...
I like that. Yeah, it's kind of doing the thing where it's like, it's almost kind of like mind melding. It's doing something creepy up there as well.
On reflection now, and I didn't realize this at the time, I guess we weren't doing it in color, it feels like the red lens should be over the rage and the blue lens should be over the beautiful nature.
It's done. But yes, I mean, I could change
easy.
Colors changing.
In the red one, there's the sun implying a sunset.
That's true,
and
that
it's
is
the outback,
and the
which
blue,
is very red.
And the blue is the
interpret
cold
it anyway, I
monitor
guess.
colours
And the
of
neon.
what it is.
Interpret it either way.
It's exactly the
where
way it should
needs to
be.
Very Gandalf face cat there, I'm seeing. Very Russian blue.
Nick's confused.
I'm still...
It does look like
trying to work out
Gandalf.
what that frog's doing.
Also, I will correct this, because I will do this for anyone who says there's like a glaring anything incorrect about it. I can't remember if he said he was bald. So he's bald in both of those.
But if you have hair, we can give it to you.
He's wearing headphones.
Oh, yes, he
over
is.
it.
Oh,
Peter-
yeah. Oh, he's very bald.
Yeah.
PeterGunns,
Right,
if you
yeah.
are not bald, I will fix this and update it for you ASAP. But that's what the sketch looked like. And as I said before, I don't remember things beyond the sketch. So when I look at it, I go, that looks like a bald man. So
Peter, are you bald?
PeterGunns, if you're in there in the chat, let us know.
Just picture your head.
Yes. Now, I still have about 3 or 4 more of these to finish off from that stream. I'm currently working on Hamish Mackenzie's, a very detailed collection of Dragon Riders and himself. I've got a lot of detail on that
Sea
one.
of Dragons.
Oh, yeah, the dragons.
There's a heap of that one, in that one, and about 2 more after that, and then I think we'll get back on the PockArt train next week and get a fresh batch in there as well to get going and get finished as well.
Beautiful. Well, let's jump off the PockArt train now and onto the TalkBack train. The TalkBack is brought to you by everyone's favorite Nicrotex. As usual, I don't have anything funny to say about Nicrotex, so I'm going to let him be funny by reading out one of his tweets.
Oh, great.
At random.
I love this part.
At Nick Belling tweeted on October 23rd, the order of Coke flavors, brackets, definitive. 1, vanilla Coke.
Oh, get out.
2, classic Coke. 3, shitting in your own hands, squeezing out the liquid and drinking that. 4, Coke Zero. 5, Diet Coke. Now, first of all, we need to rearrange this list.
Yeah, bring on the list. Forget
That
the talk back.
was,
We're back to list.
Viscerally graphic in a way that I was
Coke?
not expecting.
As the number 1 Coke?
Look, I went through a diet vanilla Coke phase in high school that was just,
It is terrible.
It's terrible, but it's the most fun out of all of them. Like it's the
Cherry
novel-
Coke's the most fun out of all.
Yeah, and didn't they do an orangey kind of one recently?
They did, yeah.
Which I don't think anyone
all
thought much of. But vanilla is the one that's the most sugar, therefore it's it's the most obnoxious. So I
liked vanilla Coke when I was a wee lad, but now it's all.
Oh, we're doing
zero.
accents now.
And he has Coke Zero in here, but not Coke No Sugar, which are 2 incredibly different things. Coke No
Yeah,
Sugar,
true.
number 1.
But Coke Zero was number 1 before it got.
Yeah, I agree.
written off.
Coke Zero was my fave, and I miss it.
Yeah.
And I could taste
we had a period where we were transitioning, where we started hoarding the remaining bottles of Coke Zero.
You got to get that
Like a fine wine, we'd start drinking Coke No Sugar, but I was like, tonight, sweetheart,
A 2013.
should we crack out the Zero? Oh my God. A special occasion?
feel like having a bit of your brain eaten. Let's have whatever artificial sweetness in this one. Wasn't that the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is a different kind of sweetener.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so
Did you decant it? Because decanting just
Let it breathe.
Yeah, let it breathe.
cool.
Amazing. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Nicrotex. Okay, we're gonna punch through one talk through very quickly, then we're gonna get some callers in for the second one.
Great.
So the first one actually comes in from Nicrotex, and normally I wouldn't do this. Normally, if you own the segment, you own the segment, but you don't get just dibs on being able to. But I did enjoy this, and everyone in the Discord really wanted this answered. What are everyone's plans to rearrange their cabinets to fit in those chunky new consoles? Like, I honestly have to know because I'm out of ideas and they look fucking stupid laid horizontal, but my whole setup is horizontal. Do I buy a new cabinet? Like, what do I put in the place where my old horizontal consoles were? I refuse to not have it look exactly the way it does in the promotional material. So, what are the solutions? What are we doing with these giant consoles?
I've avoided facing this issue because we bought a new TV unit when we moved into our house in the mountains 2 years ago.
Yep.
So I'm not at a position to buy a new TV cabinet.
Do that?
It's less than 2 years old.
Yeah.
And the Xbox Series X does not fit horizontally or otherwise. This when people just don't understand the size of it. Like when I would took a picture of it and I was like, doesn't fit in my TV cabinet. And people were like, I think you're going to lie it sideways. And I'm like, no. It's so fat. It doesn't fit. It's like those TV cabinets are designed for Blu-ray players.
Yeah.
And
The S fits in there.
The S fit in there. The X would fit in ours, but it has a little lip as well. Like the cavity itself is actually taller than
is
the
it
height of the unit.
structurally necessary, that lip?
No.
Do you reckon you could just saw it out?
It would look naff as.
Saw out
A lip.
the lip.
Yeah, it's like, okay, imagine
Oh,
here's...
sorry, I thought you were talking about the console.
No.
I was like, Steph, what the hell are you doing?
No, it's like, I feel like there's some modifications could be made. At the moment, it's sitting behind the TV.
You're getting that pants painting.
The back may be just like a thin sheet of like MDF or something like that you could take off and then slide it in the back.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Even cut the.
I haven't looked.
You could cut just jigsaw it back out.
Back out.
Yeah. At the
This is
moment,
the speed round, guys, by the way.
at the moment, it's standing behind the TV, out of sight.
That's where I put all my consoles. All my consoles are just shoved behind the television. I don't want to see them. I don't want other people to know about them. I live in shame of my gaming habits. No one knows I even make this show.
So how are you going to deal with these ones? Just they're going to go behind as
They're just going to go behind the TV where they always do. I like clean surfaces.
Sorry, so just quickly to clarify, I know we're going through this fast. Behind the TV meaning it's on the cabinet that the TV is on and just behind it.
Yep, so I've got a big white shelf cabinet with thing.
Sure.
The TV's sitting on top of that, and then I literally just put the consoles behind that between the wall and the television.
So are you seeing the bottoms of the consoles under the TV?
I have a little stand thing that they sit on that also like tucks in the cables and stuff, and the legs basically match up perfectly with the legs of the TV stand, so it just sits there, and then like.
I was going to say, you're not the kind of person I thought aesthetically that would let the bottom of a console sit.
No. My setup looks tight as fuck, and
Damn right.
these consoles are not going to get anywhere near interrupting that.
So that's what you're doing. You've also got kids, so it's like keep them out of sight. You know.
They won't care about the Xbox because they'll just be like,
But that PlayStation,
that
little Dubai tower.
Yeah, that little surfboard.
Yeah,
let's have a jump on that.
So that's your solution. You guys still yet to clarify, but possibly either like putting behind TV or maybe readjusting cabinet from rear entry.
The thing is that I like things to be black in the TV unit because then they're not like they don't draw the eye.
Sure.
I like you to be able to see them, and when they're on, the lights come on. It's like, oh, there's a nice device there. But the PlayStation is like so visually
Garish.
Thank you, Cat Turner.
that I don't really want that to be the one thing in the TV cabinet that draws your eye amidst all of the lovely wood and plants and things that we've got going on in our thing. So I feel like I don't know that I want to put it.
What you need is a sensory deprivation tank that's just you and the DualSense.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Or they could release it in black.
But like the plates are
Would be
going to be
great.
the plates are going to be really easy to change, and I'm sure like third party initially. I'm sure there's going to be some official ones as well. But even replacing the plates to make it black, it's still a shape that's weird.
Yeah. It doesn't.
You could stack 12 Series X's on top of each other,
and you'd make another bigger Series X.
Yeah, exactly. But it's going to take up a bunch of room, the PlayStation 5, no matter what.
It's going to take up empty space as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's going to take up
like
wing space.
Yeah.
I do think it will fit in the TV cabinet on its side.
That's the.
But it's still going to look weird.
It'll still look weird, but if it's black, I feel like I don't care.
This is so funny. It's so funny because I read this question and I was like, we won't get any mileage out of this. And it's because
We can get mileage out of anything.
I know we can, but I meant the royal we, as in like, this is boring.
Yeah.
But actually, it's because I tuck, or like, much like my genitals, I just tuck everything behind so that no one sees it.
Out of sight, out of mind.
And so I was just like, oh, no, but there's all sorts of shit going on with you guys. What are you doing?
I've got a Frankenstein.
Build something, aren't you?
Wait,
I
built something.
I've readjusted my cabinet a couple of times to fit what current console I've got in there, which means I have the middle floating shelf. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to drill some holes to raise that. It's got a divide in between it, so I can have two consoles. I'm going to have to take that shelf out, knock it up a few notches so I can fit at least one of them underneath, which is going to be the Series X, because I do think on its side, just a black box in there, no weird wasted space with curvature. It'll just look like it slides in there nicely. That I'm okay with.
Vents at both sides as well, so it could be flush top and bottom.
Yeah,
because all the
perfect. I'll measure that second shelf. Top will just be controllers. That's fine. On the back of it, I've jigsawed out a huge hole out the back so I can fit all my cables, airflow, everything out the back. You can't see it because it's filled with the giant console. Then I have built a shelf out the back for my power adapter and everything there, because it's got feet underneath the unit and I don't want to see cables hanging down to the power cord at the bottom. So I've got a little like shelf at the back for everything. I think PlayStation, unfortunately, is
on the shelf.
It couldn't hold. It would not hold. That shelf I made, Peter. I drilled it in. So I think PlayStation, because it's garish, because it looks different, I'm going to have on display in some way.
Yeah,
I'm going to have it there. I don't actually have a lot of real estate up there, though, because I just got a new big TV, so it's not going to be able to go in front. It's going to maybe sit behind. But
what about a little floating shelf on the wall?
No room. That's going to have to be behind. That's going to have sitting at the bottom. It's not going to make me happy, but I don't have many other options.
So two quick things. one, can you please film yourself doing all this?
Can do.
Drawing like some sort of like poor man's Henry Cavill putting it together.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like there's a fucking audience for watching that, and I think I'm one of them. Number 2 is when we went and saw the PlayStation 5. Did you touch the console?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that thing is dense as hell because it's just heatsink, but it actually feels really good when you pick it up. The one thing I'll say is that when the design came out, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. This is weird. Seeing it in situ, when it's not just floating with blue balls around it or something, seeing it like on a thing I was like, oh yeah,
It makes the statement.
It's definitely less offensive in person.
Yeah.
I'm still not like I still don't like the white, but just me personally. But
love the white.
people in chat said that there's already third-party plates available.
Yeah,
Yes, we saw them.
I love the white, and so I think you can make a feature out of that thing, and it will actually it'll offset everything else you've done. So I think good choice. Okay, so Will, what are you doing?
Same as you. Talk about to the extent where I was looking for a HDMI cable the other day.
Yep.
And I went behind it was like someone had intruded, it had gotten into my house. My PlayStation 3 was just sitting behind the TV covered in dust. And I was like, oh God, for so long.
Did you pick it up and go?
No, I removed
Did you say
the HDMI
PlayStation
cable from
3?
it and used that and just left it alone.
Yeah, good.
Did you say PlayStation 3?
Yeah, like the big beefy original one.
The
It was just
Foreman
sitting
grill.
there. I thought
Beautiful.
I'd gotten a grey one. That's how.
No, it wasn't grey. It was just covered in dust.
It was just covered in dust.
Okay, so our next talk through, which we talk back. What show are we on? Talk back.
Yep.
Yeah, can't say that one.
TTT.
Comes in from BMAC TLDR. BMAC asks, if you could live in a video game world, which one would it be? And I would like people in Discord to jump into on hold so that you can answer this question as well, because we want to hear from you guys. But let's do a little lightning round.
And we want to hear your answer and a quick description why.
Yeah.
What would be the benefits of living in said world?
And do it in a British accent.
Do it in a British accent. Look, my go-to obviously is something like I would say Breath of the Wild because of its beauty, but I did just think about the fact that it's kind of devoid of much sort of townships. There's like one town there.
Yes.
Not a lot going on.
Yes.
So, I mean, it'd be very peaceful, but again, it was a little quiet. So, yeah, Breath of the Wild's my go-to. Another one that I'm not sure if someone's picked this clip in here just because, but Black Flag, I was like, yeah, the Caribbean. Like,
Yeah, I put that in there 'cause
That's
I
a
was-
good choice.
Yeah.
I loved that world. I love the weather in that world. I love lying in bed with this man. Well, no, it's not the clip we needed.
Lots of rum.
That's a lot, though. I mean, that's picking a real world location, so I feel like that's cheating. So I'm going to stick with Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
I feel like I could just live in that little town, live in a little house there, and I'd be very happy there.
Steph?
Stephanie?
I feel like you know what I'm going to
Yeah.
say. I'm sorry. Have you already collected
Duty.
footage?
Bring it
It
up
was
now,
just
shall we?
a random
There we go.
smattering of
There it is.
Oh, one of the
this-
random
this little-
smatterings of it.
The little indie game that could.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I think as a kid and as a teenager, I often, I remember, this is kind of sad, but I was like, if a portal opened up, and I honestly felt this way a lot, if a portal opened up to, a fantasy world and I could go through on the condition that I never came back,
Oh my God.
I was like, yeah, do it.
Would you take Pete?
Well, this was before Pete.
Oh, the before Pete times.
Yeah.
This was
so,
BP.
yeah.
BPB.
BP.
Which is what the initial name of the show was.
Yeah.
Before Pete. And then we're like, what about Back Pocket?
Because I think I've dreamed of fantasy worlds my whole life, and my interest in video games came solely from wanting to extend the time that I spent in other worlds. So fantasy for me, I would say it would definitely be The Witcher. I'd probably spend time in Temeria area,
Not to
But what
song?
about the syphilis?
Yeah.
And the fact that you would probably
This is a pretty rotten-
You'd probably be a wench.
It sucks. Look, any time before 1960s it was shitty for women. So
well, it's still pretty shitty now.
yeah. So there's always going to be issues like that you'll encounter.
Okay.
I guess for me in the version of The Witcher that I've played, I would be. I mean, in this,
Yennefer.
I would.
Yennefer,
I'd be like Triss or Yennefer,
Yeah.
or I'd be a Witcher myself,
Yeah.
and that wouldn't be an issue for me.
Yeah, so we are saying that it's an enjoyable life
Totally.
in this world.
Yeah.
And that brings me back to my original choice, which is my Breath of the Wild is like, it's the rounded edged version of The Witcher. It's the safe one, it's the colourful one, it's the one without 1,000 side quests. There's nothing to do. I'm just going to sit there and have a bit of peace and quiet.
Mine has sexy times, though. I don't think yours does.
No.
Oh, there's that fish prince. Everyone really loved that fish prince. There's all those fish people.
Fish prince.
And there's a
This
fish
is
princess.
what it's come to.
Yeah.
Oh, I could fuck that fish prince.
There's my catchphrase for next week's episode.
Peter.
You're right about syphilis.
Yeah.
And you're both wrong for
that?
picking a fantasy world.
But
because
Steph could meet you in the game.
there I am.
There you are.
There he
All that
is.
footage. What is going on with his face? It's broken. Fantasy worlds like are exciting, but when I go to the bathroom, I want toilet paper waiting there for me.
And a lovely comic strip.
I'm going to go to Mass Effect.
I
Man.
knew
I'm going
you
to live on
would
the
say Mass
Citadel.
Effect.
I'm going to live on the Citadel.
Slow elevators and toilet paper for all.
Absolutely. It's like
A lot of sexy
it's-
time in that game, too.
Yeah, a lot of sexy time in that game. It's still fantasy, but it's cool science fiction fantasy. It's futuristic. Everything you could ever want is available to
Space
you.
travel at your whim.
Absolutely. And it's like the wars are happening, but they're way over there, whereas you're both in the middle of a war zone.
No, mine's post-war.
Post-calamity.
Yeah, post-calamity. The PC.
The PC.
You also have
That's where I am.
endless options in terms of travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is amazing because when I was putting the footage together for the overlay for this today, I was like, Breath of the Wild, Witcher 3, Mass Effect. I was like, I know what you guys are going to be. I am so proud of myself. That's a great choice.
I'm also
And
glad you
Paradise Killer.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about it.
No, it's.
Oh, they're so flat though, the people.
You would take a vacation from Honey Pop over to Paradise Killer. Pete, I'm surprised
Too
you
real.
didn't-
Too real.
Sorry. Pete, I'm surprised you didn't say, what's the Elder Scrolls one you really like?
Morrowind.
Morrowind.
The dirty,
That's
muddy...
that's a shithole.
the shithole. I thought you'd say
Yeah,
it is a
the
beautiful
other one
pen.
that I was gonna say for mine is Oblivion, because Oblivion's
It was the prettier
That was
of all.
like
Sorry, Nick.
idyllic fantasy as well.
Yeah.
Mine is I'm going to Rapture before the fall.
BF Rapture.
Bioshock is just, I think it's a phenomenal world. I love
underwater one?
The underwater
Yeah,
one.
because
Yep.
Columbia is the...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Columbia.
I love the idea of like all the different themed areas.
Sure, yeah.
I like the idea that like what happens underwater stays underwater.
Oh my god.
I like all the stims that you get.
Oh my god.
Hey, you wanted to bang the fish prince. I'm saying come to Rapture, we can make that happen. All the different like upgrades I could give myself. The sort of like old-timey vibe is pretty cool as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, classic. Where men were men and women were women.
Totally.
Big daddies and women.
People run around with weird like masks on. It just
Sexy
feels like it I think the reason I picked it is that basically like this is an underwater eyes wide shut party.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
this is I can deal with this. So yeah, the Rapture is the world that I want to
good
be.
one.
That's cool, yeah.
Will.
You've taken like all the genres, so it leaves me with, and it's an odd one.
Forza.
No,
In the pit crew for days.
I mean in a way, in a similar vein of Jeremy Clarkson being in my eardrum, Little Big Planet. I really love it well.
Nice.
And because I, similar to you, Gus, I kind of lived my life as a film. I feel like there's and instead of having to have an inner monologue, I can just get Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie. Give it to me.
That's beautiful.
That's
That's a
nice.
nice choice.
Yeah,
That's
Little
a very
Will
nice
couldn't
choice.
have any sexy times because he didn't
There's
have any
no-
genitals.
But he could craft one out of yarn and this thimble.
Feel the vibration as you zip him up.
Well done.
Oh, wow.
Okay, fantastic. And I
love it.
That, we're bringing in Nick Spoon. I think Nick Spoon.
Nick Spon?
Nick
Nick
Spon.
Spon, yeah.
Nick Spon's coming in. Hello, Governor.
It doesn't work anymore. Nicky there.
Oh, hello guys. How are you?
Hey.
Hi.
How are you, mate?
Oh, I'm doing quite well. Thank you for bringing me in.
No
I was just
worries.
watching some questionable imagery brought to us by our lovely Dusk Bunny.
Good. We'll check that out.
Look forward to
what
that.
world would you like to live in?
I was thinking Gotham, but only if I was like the 1%. But that then can
The
kind of
Batman.
apply to literally anything.
It's the 1% Batman.
That's like me wanting to live in fantasy, but as a woman with rights and no affliction of disease.
Yeah, you don't want to be Goon 676 that gets kicked in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, does any video game character actually want to be in the situation that they're in?
Yeah,
That's
true.
a good point.
That's a very good point.
So Gotham from, I'm guessing, Arkham... What?
Not Arkham City. It's
Arkham Knight.
overrun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, well, yeah, actually.
That's fine. No, I took Rapture before the fall, so we can take Gotham
Yeah.
before times. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Is it that,
And I forgot, so I was meant to be doing a British accent. My apologies.
very good. That asylum's got those comfy rooms.
yes, the wall-to-wall mattresses would be quite pleasant.
Totally comfy.
Well, also, I feel like Gotham has a bit of a noir vibe to it.
Yeah,
Kind of cool.
yeah,
you get some trench coats, you get some
Totally.
dark alleys.
Get a little stabbed while you're going for
And
a walk.
I mean,
Chickens.
like, the only thing is, like, the police force is basically the Princess Peach of police forces. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's a very good choice. I'm
like that,
a big
yeah.
fan of
Thank you.
that. I would live in Gotham, but I agree. I need to be Wayne or Wayne adjacent. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much for
You need
calling
to be
in,
one
Nick.
of his merry orphans he gets adopted, so yeah, that'd be right.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, mate.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Cheers.
That's not my robot coming in.
Bring him in.
All right. Coming in hot. Robot, unmute. You're on the air.
You're now our robot.
Oh, I get it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was like, she's like, that's not
She
my
left.
robot. She left.
Oh, is she on mobile? That's not my robot. If you're on mobile, don't hit the prompt that pops up because it automatically kicks you out because of permissions.
There you go. Don't touch anything.
Talk though.
Touch your mouth.
Okay.
There she is.
Yay!
There you are.
Don't press anything.
Don't move.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
You're ever so quiet.
Am I there? Yes. Good. Hi.
Hey.
Hey,
How are you?
Is it quiet
I'm
for
good.
chat?
How are you guys?
Just very quiet.
we're good. So what fictional, well, what game world would you like to inhabit?
So I figure there's two things that I don't want to give up in my life. One is like internet and video games. The other one is, and there's very few video game worlds that allow for that, but I figure the top two choices are either the Sims world or the Pokemon.
Pokemon universe.
I feel like Pokemon's got a little extra spice in it rather than The Sims being real life.
The Sims just feels a bit like,
Cheating.
no, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say superficial.
Oh, okay, yep.
Whereas I feel like Pokemon
Yeah.
at least has kind of a lore to it, and you get to be with a lot of animals, which is cool. I mean, even though you have to make them
Yeah, I
fight
could
each
have-
other.
That could into, but you always have the latest game console in your bedroom at your.
That is true.
house,
Yeah, right.
Still play games, and I mean, in The Sims, people tend to die in ways like deleting the pool ladder, so that's not ideal.
That is awesome.
So my pick would be the Pokemon world.
But also, if you lived in the Sims universe, would it be like, would you be at the whim of some kind of maniacal player who is kind of controlling the universe and potentially locking you in a room without a toilet?
Ooh.
It's true, you could be.
That's a
The
very
other
good
thing
point
is-
because there's no world where The Sims exists without someone making it. Like there's like the Sims
There is a
defined,
creator.
Yeah, by having a creator. Yeah, so
Yeah, I'd be terrified by that. In Pokemon world, are you like living in a chilled out little pallet town or you're a big city Pokemon trainer?
I feel like I'd want to be a big Pokemon trainer, but the main thing is the way I'm not going to die, fighting some dragon that's shown up to kill everyone in the village or the zombies that are taking over, because I'm a bit of a wuss in real life. Wouldn't win those
Me
fights.
Here's to that. To our wussing, I'm wussing out in Breath of the Wild. I'm just hanging out there, not getting into any conflict. So yeah,
yeah, that works. Okay,
Yeah, that-
cool. Good choice then. Good choice. I like the fact that you basically just made this choice about like where can I continue to play video games. All right, thanks for calling in.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
I'm bringing in Ben Argan.
Here he comes.
Benny. Benny.
Argan?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
He only responds to Argan.
No, it's like I had the stream on as well, so it's multiple.
Yeah.
Classic. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
Where are you living?
these days.
So a lot of people are thinking like fantasy or like some fancy world, and like that's all well and good. I can see that. I was thinking I would live in the world of F1 2020. That is because I would be able to be an F1 driver, but I would also be able to rewind anytime I made a mistake. And so I wouldn't have any of the consequences. I'd get to travel around the world.
Yes.
I have a lot of money. And honestly, it seems like a win-win scenario. Like, yeah, fantasy world would be fun and all, but...
So you are exploiting the rewind mechanic of F1 and applying it to a broader world that presumably exists outside of the racetrack.
Oh, yeah. Does this apply in races or in your entire existence?
I didn't think about that, but I mean, it could.
I
was just applying it to the races.
Oh, look, that's what I need more than anything in my life. So I am also going to
See, the funny thing is, you need it because you want to reverse the things that you have said. I need it because I want to say things and then be able to reverse it and then be like, you never heard that. That's a great choice.
It is, although I still think, like, because we're just adding rules to this, it's a bit chaotic, Steph, but hold tight. I feel like the rule I'm going to add to this is you can't leave your car. Like, you're an F1 game, so you travel the world and you can do everything, but you're stuck in your car.
That's a good point.
I would counter that because I believe F1 is it 2020, the most mod version, has like that shitty waste of feature that is you have a social media presence and people like you on Twitter, which implies a greater world.
All right, I'll correct that.
While you're driving,
you're stuck in your car, or you're in a pit crew, just hovering between a television, a screen, another menu, and
an arcade machine in the corner,
F1
1994,
and the status of your last race. That's all you're allowed to do.
So my question is, which driver are you replacing? Because you have to take the role of one.
Oh, well, okay, but in the game you can make your own team and then like you can hire your own drivers.
Yeah, but that team would still be replacing a team, right?
No, it doesn't replace a team.
What?
In the game. They add an extra team.
They just add more teams. That's messed up. I just want you to say the words Lance Stroll. Replace Lance Stroll.
Oh, well, I would 100% replace Lance Stroll.
Thank you very much. That's all we needed.
You should replace the guy that got an injury the other day and had to sit down, and then a driver who people like more replaced him.
Oh, when Hulkenberg got a call and was 50 miles away, and they were like, "We need you this morning," and he's like, "I'm there."
Yeah, that's what I
These are the memes that you didn't understand.
Why didn't he get in the car? Why did he run?
He did get in the car, and he nearly got a speeding fine.
I think you've picked very well, Ben.
Yeah, that's great.
That's good. It's a smart choice you've made.
Okay, good work, man. Good work.
Cool. Chat to you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
We got time for one more?
I reckon.
Let's hear one more.
Let's hear from Prov. I've never heard from Prov before. Let's talk to Prov. Prov, how are you?
G'day.
Hi.
Hey.
Where are you living?
I'm in the great capital of this fine country.
Oh, we mean like which game world?
Or is there a game in Canberra that we don't know about?
Or I really hope you're not watching the stream and you've just hopped in and you're like, oh, I'm in Canberra. You live in Canberra, but where would you like to live if it was in a video game?
So I would actually like to live in either Destiny or probably Brutal Legend would be quite fun.
Brutal Legend.
Wow, I haven't heard that game brought up in ages.
Okay, and reasons for the world of Brutal Legend?
Because you've got Jack Black, you've got Ozzy Osbourne, you've got Lemmy, got all these.
Lemmy's still alive.
So these people exist in the real
he's still
world.
alive in that universe.
Oh yeah, no, Lemmy did pass away. That's right.
And yeah, I'd also get to drive around in a really cool hot rod, running over things and
this is true.
doing things.
That is such and it's such a cool world as well. It's like all the stuff that's like Doom-ish, but none of the true violence and horror of Doom. It's just like the glam version of Doom, which is very exciting.
Gotta say though, I don't know if I could live in a world with a cartoonish Jack Black as my sidekick for like every aspect of every day, being like, let's get out of bed. I'll be like, you go ahead, dude. I'm fine. So I think it would start to get a little grating.
I feel like Destiny would be cool because it's such a beautiful, expansive world, and that's effectively like the solar system. So
Anywhere
you
in
have
particular?
many planets. I feel like Io would be nice. Which planet in Destiny would you settle on?
I mean, I would be nice. I've always really liked the Tangled Shore.
Yes, cool. It's very
Because, you know,
expansive.
Because, you know,
Well, my only
It's a
issue
bit-
is we've had the rule that you can go the before times, but I've never seen a single restaurant in Destiny.
I know.
So, yeah.
I like to see, I want to know where specifically I'll be living and what are the communities around me.
Yeah.
In The Witcher, I know what that is. I've seen all those villages. I've done quests for them. I've stolen all of the fruit and money from their houses. But I feel like when you think about something like Destiny, maybe I've seen in a few cutscenes, you've seen kind of settlements and stuff.
Rob, have you ever seen anyone eat in Destiny?
I think actually Cade ate like ramen at one point.
I was going to say, like, Cade would have as a joke for sure.
Yeah, that's yeah. The only thing that eats is the robot.
Yeah. I feel like, again, to live in my very safe version, I'll be that one robot that just sweeps. It's just in the corner. And they're like, I'm just chilling out here, guys.
There is a light emote as well that is like eating a bowl of ramen.
That's true. Yeah.
It happens.
I've already spent money on those emails.
The concept of eating exists in Destiny.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all we need.
At the very least.
I like those choices. I particularly like Brutal Legend. Thank you very much, mate. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, champ.
Oh, these were some good answers.
And I want to play Black Flag again. Just seeing that in the corner now. Gosh. I'm in Valhalla first. Cool.
All right. Well, that takes us to the next part of the show because we're done with the talkback and we've got one more thing to do. But we're going to get to that right after a word from our sponsors.
Punk. When you know it's time to mix business with bizness. Punk. When you play 7 instruments, each one like the love child of Yo-Yo Ma and Santana. Punk. When you're 1K from having a really problematic logo. Punk. A fragrance for men. Because you deserve to smell like a tin whistle.
Cults. I ate the last bit of cookie that I found here, and I saw it, and I was like, I got time. I didn't have time. I had a dry mouth. I needed to
Wet the whistle.
No, I believe it's dip my
dip the wick.
You needed to dip your wick.
All right, it is time for very good gameplay, where we enjoy a video game for all of your pleasures. Very good gameplay presented by Avexia. Avexia is a guy who has given me no reply to my plea for more insight into his life, so I now might have to make this poem my final goodbye.
Can't go out with one that good. Like,
You gotta send me some more information about you. I'm making poems about myself now.
He's too busy running raids with Steph.
It's true.
That's true.
It's true. It's
That's
my
true.
fault. It's my fault.
So, Avexia, thank you very much for sponsoring Very Good Gameplay. And tonight we're going to be playing Jackbox Party Box 7.
Pack.
Party Pack 7.
Yep.
Can you do this? I have no real experience or knowledge of Jackbox other than I think I played it twice on Back Pocket.
Yeah.
On Pocket, the original Pocket. I'm fucking this up already.
It's a great party game. I think I didn't realize they were up to 7 now. The last one I think I played was 4 or 5.
There's some ones that are favourites, I think, because they randomize. They don't randomize. They change up the games that are within each pack. So for anyone who doesn't know, the Jackbox party games are essentially games that can be played from one end, but everyone else can join in, like game show games by going to a browser website or on their phone and just punching in the same code, and then their ability is to join in and play said game with them with just the one copy. And the games range from a bunch of strange party games that are like everyone finish Mad Libs, like put in, you add words in randomly.
They're just silly party games.
They're silly party games where you all contribute, and at the end of it, you get to vote on the funniest options most of the time. So it is more about entertainment rather than like knowledge or trivia.
It's a bit like there's elements of it that's a bit like Cards Against Humanity, where you kind of you have to kind of, the person who's choosing needs to share the very specific type of humor that you have, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't.
Sometimes the word fart is just flawless victory.
Yeah.
Like it works in every scenario, and there's someone who thinks farts are the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
So which game are we playing?
So if we bring up the gameplay now.
No, I'm not going to, because we're going to bring up. Oh, let's just jump into Quiplash, because I don't.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, let's get one started, because we're going to play one quickly. And then as quick as we can, because there's going to be 4 of us in there, and then we're going to play another game, and probably a different game to the one we're about to show off, and bring you guys in. We're going to go to the screen. It's going to be first and best dressed.
But the audience can still play.
They will become audience if they don't get in on.
No. Steph's saying for this game they can vote.
Can't we just say the room is full with just us in there, and then give everyone else the code to be part of the audience? I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Okay, cool. Let's do that.
We'll need to add it.
That's Not My Robot suggested that we play this on the Discord.
Oh, great.
And here we are playing it. It came out 2 weeks ago, I think, this 7th pack.
Oh, so it's very new.
Yeah.
Cool.
But as I said, I think like a couple of fan favorites in there. Quiplash is one that a lot of people enjoy playing. So we're going to now join this game by punching in the code on the screen, and then we'll bring up the screen for everyone else.
Jackbox Text TV.
Yep. And
so everyone watching, if you go to jackbox.tv and
on a phone
or your browser, we'll give you a code soon.
We'll all pick an
I've
icon.
got some music playing. You're going to see it soon. It's very cute. Steph?
Wait.
We are...
Okay.
Good.
So
I don't know that I can lock the room.
I'd say everyone.
I've got control.
Just wait. Just wait.
Say everyone's
wait.
in and the code stays up, I think, Pete.
Just wait. I haven't chosen my thing yet.
Come on.
Okay.
Cool. No, it's just going to start.
No, but I think the code might stay up.
In the top corner.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, cool.
Thank you, Will.
All right. Will's got the...
JRKC is the code. If you can't see, the watermark is hiding in a tiny little bit. All right. So what do I do with this one?
Well, if we crank the sound a little fast, Pete. Basically, the idea is you get given a sentence with some blanks.
Yep.
You choose an option that you think is funny. They all get mixed in the pile, and they'll get put up one by one.
Yep.
And then, 2 by 2, and you vote on the funnier one.
Type in the room code to join.
Fairly simple. All right.
Don't look now, but it's round 1. You'll answer 2 prompts on your device.
I played a lot of this
and each of your
times with like
responses will square
mates in
off
Melbourne who
against
don't play
someone
video
else's.
games.
Yeah. I saw
It's
it.
a really good one to play with people interstate, that kind of thing.
We did that a bit with the Zoom party. That was fun.
You score points based on the percentage of voters.
Each of the
who like your
games does have a good little
Clear
intro,
enough?
so like you can jump in
Let's
blind,
go.
and anyone who's got a device out there who wants to try and play in the next round, jump in, because it'll be like, it's super obvious. They're all very easy.
Okay.
So we're seeing something different on our phones to what you're saying.
But we don't need to read it what they are. Quality television.
Too much pressure. Will, vamp.
Yeah, well, keep it. Sing us a song. License free.
Remember, there's no...
License
Yeah, license free. Happy birthday.
No.
Tune.
How's the rest go? That's not license free, isn't it?
Are you doing Banana Boat?
No, I'm doing our one.
Oh, right, okay.
All right,
For everyone...
You haven't hit go, Nick.
Yeah, I hit submit. Oh, there's more. Shit, sorry.
He was looking so cocky. He's like, well done.
Last one left.
Finish my one answer.
Mine aren't, it's not very funny.
That's all right. It's not like anyone can see this.
A few seconds left.
Come on, Nick.
Nick, hurry up.
Be funny.
Jeez. You have 10 seconds to be funny.
Oh, God, I can't be funny in that amount of time.
So I then think the
why I
audience,
added.
when we pick, they get to pick fan favorites.
Yeah, cool.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I didn't realize there were two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we start with. There's a
Nick, you wanna read it?
tax loophole.
Oh, yes. He's reading it out loud.
Blank as dependents.
Wick dipping.
It's also important to remember the audience can swing the vote.
The
So even
audience
if you
can
guys
swing the vote?
vote for a certain person,
Oh, shit. There's 49 audience votes.
76 audience votes.
Oh, my
Wait,
God.
103 audience votes.
so basically you have no say at this point.
Yeah, great.
So,
Eh.
Peter and Gus picked that, and that was Nick's answer. So, Nick gets the points.
Steph still got some points, though. She got
I do. I got some sympathy
First,
points.
the cat gets your tongue, then it gets your blank.
We're gonna get your bling. Oh, my God.
All right,
What's a
here's your
cloaca? What is it?
A cloaca is...
Wait, no, let me Google it. I expect that I find out from
The
Google.
thing at the back of your throat that hangs down?
That's a you.
Nope.
Okay, so here are the people. I wrote that.
Women is
Pete
good.
wrote that.
Oh, this time.
Oh.
Women is good.
Mine's a reference to Scarface.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It is an outlet into which the intestinal, urinary, or genital tracts are...
Elephant read.
own dinosaurs.
Okay, good.
Time.
That is
Oh,
Now what do we do?
fun.
Let's glue them
They're both fun.
into a fence for a new path. Make sure it's seamless. I like them both. I know what's going to win, though. Oh, yeah.
I'm funnier than Nick.
This is where I panicked.
With you.
This is the goal here.
It's hard, isn't it?
Good hard-boiled eggs.
Oh dear.
Bad hard-boiled blank.
Bling.
Okay, choose your favorite.
One of my favorite things about this game, or this one in particular, if someone strikes on a funny one that just everyone loses it at the beginning,
Yeah.
it can just start being your ace.
It
It's your
becomes a
ace.
recurring joke.
Even if
Yeah,
it makes
yeah.
no sense.
Yeah.
Comes back as-
200 audience votes.
So we both voted for.
That's, you know, our fans.
We made it through round one in one piece. Let's see if your score did.
It's a great concept for a game.
It's so clever.
Why don't I get to vote?
What do you mean? On.
You do, just not on ones that you submit.
Yeah, you weren't looking.
Next
Oh,
up,
really?
a little
Yeah.
thing
It was only the
about
ones you didn't do.
round.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not.
Prompts are more
I feel like we've set up what the game is.
I kind of want one more.
Bring people in. Oh, you want more go?
No, yeah, it's fine. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're having fun.
Tell them what they're having.
They're having fun.
If you're new here and you're wondering what you should
Oh,
be
God.
There we go.
check out patreon.com/backpocket. There's no underscore there, right? Correct, everyone? That one's just backpocket.
That's too bad. That's
Yes. I'm just gonna go. You can find out for yourself by going to patreon.com/backpocket. I would expected them to be finished by now, but I'll keep vamping.
Nowhere near done, mate.
Okay.
30 more seconds, please.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, God. I want to... Okay.
The carbonated water within the can that I'm holding, which is not very... I'm not being specific about what can I'm currently holding, is... Oh god, I didn't bring my glasses. 150D, whatever the D stands for. Food acids, so 338.
What are you reading? I'm done. We can riff together.
Okay. What have you got a...
All right, I'm done. And I was funny too.
Yeah, I bet you were. You
Yeah.
laughed at your own jokes.
Yeah, I did.
funny.
You are
Then
funny.
be obscure.
Wait. Oh my
Be
god,
in jokey.
15 seconds.
Be in jokey. Just write feet.
Don't forget your safety vest.
I will tell you.
Right, build a fence out.
I had a question where I wrote the funniest answer that would be there all night. It's also the most awful thing I've probably ever said, and I have not submitted it, but I will tell you afterward.
Okay.
And
I don't know if I got
Oh,
that
sure.
last one
it's
in.
fucking hysterical.
Not the post show.
Is it going to be post show or is it
For that.
two?
Oh, post show maybe could take it, but they
Here we go.
promised to never tell anyone. It was this question.
For a reason.
I don't know if I got that last one
Can't
in.
ski on that mountain. It's called.
Mount can't ski on it.
Or a hard drug.
Oh, I get it. Nah, I've already voted.
I've already voted.
You went Mount can't ski on it, didn't you? Because it was obvious.
But Peter, yours is funnier because it's a it makes a proper sentence structure. I think Peter should have won that one.
That makes sense.
You should have
It's
put your
called
words
Mount
together.
Can't Ski on
You
it.
should have put it Mount.
Yeah, right.
Can't ski on
When
it.
the department store closes.
Oh my god.
Jesus, Angus. Rewind time F1 2020.
Oh God.
What do mannequins do when the department store closes? Send me a party.
Flirt with the woman queens.
Flirt with the woman.
Is that you?
Angus.
Angus, well done.
Well done. That is so funny.
Told you, good.
But send me a
Got everyone.
Steph.
Damn it!
Dixon.
I had to ask chat what it was called because I forgot. Quick chat, what was it?
Parties, people don't wear masks.
Oh wow.
Okay, everybody, pick your favorite quip.
Very good.
Nice.
Oh, it's all so self-referential. I love it.
I know.
Oh, God.
Well done, everyone. We've climbed up our own arsehole.
Yeah.
Very good.
We're all split.
Yeah.
Well done. Good one, Nick. That was good. They go to Petra.
Print was dying until they put out Blank Magazine.
Testicles.
Pick the one you like best.
Nick's made a mess on his. He spat on his laptop. Well done!
Good. That was fucking good. That was the best one on the show.
Oh wow!
Oh, my God.
I went for the sentimental heartstrings of Scardy.
No, Peter, never go sensible or sentimental.
Steph. Jesus Christ.
Oh wow! Stop!
That's cool.
We broke it too. Oh. So this is usually good.
It's only funny if you watch the show all the time, and you have to.
Hang on! Whoa!
3 lines will show how we reveal the jokes.
What?
Why are we in an anus?
All right.
Oh, hang on! Look at your screen.
All right.
We're going to address the elephant in the room right off the bat. Bully sticks are made from bull penis. What? Yep, you read correctly. Because of this, they are a single ingredient product that is 100% natural. Because it is a bull's penis. What's in the name? Would a bully stick by any other name still? I should have read this before saying this out loud. There's pizzles. What's a pizzle stick? I'm sure there's a future episode that we'll find out.
Do they all get used in context of one another, or are they going to be used
I have
randomly?
no idea how these are going to get thrown in. Because I think the context that we were given on our phones just then.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was on screen, but it's things you. Oh, is it separate for everyone? Might be different for everyone.
I had to put in 3 things.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But the context that it gives you on your phone might be different for everyone.
Oh, I see.
So then it'll get
Right.
scrambled and those answers will get used in different sentences.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. how it
Okay,
works.
well, that works either way.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
Time's almost up. Hurry.
Nick, hurry up, you little banana.
I'm coming second to Nick overall.
Well,
This whole thing is
peel
just
you in
like
VR.
rating of who could be funnier.
No.
All right, here we go.
This really is the ultimate test.
It's not.
It's not.
3 things you see right before you die.
The boobies.
Nick's white pen, Wiggins the knife guy, Scotty with angel wings.
Hang on, are
Shane,
they-
your greatest love, boobies.
Oh wow! So it's like you vote for
Because they just show them off.
They
Hey, boobies.
They shouldn't show
They
them
are
off.
to be looked at.
They're not. They shouldn't show them off. No. Boobies.
See boobies, I click boobies.
I can click on the boobies. Ever so close. Well done.
3 things that'll put you right to sleep.
Long symbiont party.
Stories about pizza.
Oh, good. Good. Nothing but references.
A long symbiont party would not put you to sleep.
No.
Technically, that would keep you right
I'm
up.
not going to lie, I don't know what a symbiont is.
I had to Google it.
Yeah, I need to
I
look at
showed
your
you.
reference.
I was about to show you a picture, but you were busy.
Fuck. There go all my points. Where are our audience chat?
There you go. It's quantifiably
No,
funnier.
it's not the ultimate test.
Now let's see who gets into the final scores.
That is the
scores?
final.
Yeah, cool.
Damn you, Nicholas.
There he is.
Hasn't even got the extra points yet. Damn it, I'm at the back.
It's quantifiable.
I'm technically twice as funny as you.
He's crying.
I never would have said it if you hadn't
Hang on,
set it
there's
up.
extra things here?
Yeah, there's little like fun awards.
Oh yeah, he's like.
Oh god.
Or maybe not.
All right.
Just the director of the game.
That's so much fun.
That is gold.
Holy shit.
The top answer of the game was VR chat headsets in bed at 1 a.m.
It was a good one.
Agreed.
Nice.
What about Wimikins? Anyone?
Oh, that was very
Womenkins
good.
was very good.
Too
Testicle toe.
Too highbrow.
Apps.
I can't go.
Too lowbrow.
I'm bad at wordplay and I can't go up against it.
So serious.
I'm bad at wordplay. I won't go up against it.
No, you just can't do it.
Good stuff. All right. Well, we should definitely now make a game lobby that we can bring.
Yeah.
Everyone
We're
else
going to do like full house.
We should totally do that. Now, the question is what... Oh, no, that's still Quiplash.
And I'm going to let...
Are we still going to do Quiplash or do we do a different game? Because that will have a different rule set we need to get our head around.
Yep. I reckon...
I was going to say Quiplash again, but...
It is the fan favourite of all Jackbox, I would say.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic.
Will, get in here.
I did see, and maybe we could play it another time, but I did see one of the games is like a filibuster game where you basically give a presentation.
Yeah.
People just throw pictures up. I think that's very good.
Welcome, William.
Hello.
Hey,
Welcome
buddy.
to the couch.
It's comfy.
Hang out
Or,
with
touch
us on the
anything
couch.
there.
I was hoping these would leave with him.
So,
Oh, well,
hang on. Oh, no, yet.
He'll be fine.
Oh no, it's fine.
We are going to enter first, so we all make sure we all get in. So chuck your code in your phones, peoples. It's the NBNs. Oops,
well,
You
no
idiot.
doubt.
What was that?
quick, everyone enter.
What was that?
If anyone works it out, they're very clever.
Works flat out.
I'm not the funniest.
Oh my god, they already worked it out.
Oh my god.
We all got in, right?
Why are you like this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
They are so angry with you.
I see it, I read it.
Oh, the MBN.
Why the fuck did I read it like that?
Quick, someone put up his PIN code.
Okay, Nick, you're VIP, so I think you then need to click.
Oh, yep. Okay, cool.
Press a button.
So in case anyone didn't
God,
get that, for the audience code, it's
at the top.
NBNS.
Ah,
or the NBNs.
Classic. All right, I saw Melodic Storm in there. Was the only name I quickly
Simon
reckon. It's Big Ben Jamo, North Dark Woo,
North Duckwood.
Spooky Con. What's wrong, Peter?
There's just I'll get a little bit of game audio in.
So make them count.
All right.
Scotty,
You played this before.
come here,
Will?
good girl.
Brother up and some pee on there.
Good girl.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
Nothing.
Okay,
The
but
more
you have
times
played.
you
Okay, we're in.
Here we go.
Oh.
Oh.
I guess it's now my turn to keep you guys entertained.
Oh, everyone knows safety quip as well. If you literally can't think of anything, you press that.
All right.
It comes up with an answer, but if it wins, it gets half points or something.
Yeah, right.
There's multiple.
All right. So Gus has just explained the quick. What is it, Gus? Quiplash? Quick quips? Safety
I don't know
quip.
why I'm going to save
Safety quips
safety.
you can use if you're uncreative.
Oh
Gus will probably resort to those this round, as it's been proven that he's the least funny in the room. He is up against a new contender in Little Will. We know for a fact that Little Will has a great sense of humor.
I'm trying to think.
So I can't see him falling behind Gus in this round. It's just not going to happen. And we also have a bunch of contenders from the audience who are obviously very quick-witted, or quick, at least quick on the trigger finger in getting NBNs, which was a very, very cryptic clue from Gus. Again, showing how he can flounder around a little bit when it comes to live production.
All right, I'm in.
No!
He's done.
Safety quip! Safety quip!
Safety quip!
Hey, was testicle safety quip?
Imagine.
Oh my god. Fuck.
And here
So
comes
this might go for a little longer in a game.
Yeah.
future. All
we got left?
Yeah, do we
will
want
be
to split
made from
Wait, there's one left.
No, there's two.
Oh, right. Oh,
I can just go home and go on.
Dystopian future, all clothing will be made from cyberpunk delay notices, the clippings of freshly shaven beards. Timely. Oh, I wasn't on the news for the cyberpunk one.
oh yeah.
I have nothing more to add to that.
I led that one.
Little Will with Cyberpunk delay.
Wild.
notices. Oh, well.
Oh, wow.
Well done.
Okay, I'll take it.
Oh, that was close.
I voted for the clippings of freshly shaven beards.
I would have voted for that.
Hey, Little Will, on the mixer over there, track one, pull it down towards you about half of what it's at the moment.
We used to have wings.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Go.
Okay. Confession, I panicked. I was like, what the fuck? Wait, no, airplanes never had wings.
That's a very
They
good
still have wings. None of it makes sense.
Never had wings.
I was like, wait, what?
Check this out.
That's so funny.
Is it a bride?
They wrote aeroplanes.
Now it's time to go for your favorite.
Oh my god. Also, can we just point out the use of the word some? Not just head. Some head? Some head.
Just a touch, spooky corn.
Spooky corn.
Very good.
Well done. Wow. Look at all this adorable animation around the phrase.
God, it did it!
How do you ruin a romantic picnic?
Some head?
That ruins? This is what I usually whisper.
Oh, good. A COVID reference. We know we're really.
Tell her the boobs are to be looked at.
Oh my god.
Did I get the vote in time? Well done, Steph.
Fuck yes, Steph.
Funny, Stephanie.
Surely not
That'll make up for my panic quip
Oh, so funny.
amazing.
that I'm gonna.
You know what I would have said? Aeroplane.
OMG, seriously, where is Waldo?
Oh no.
Steph, that's two spit takes you've made me do it. It's my glass and it's now on my glass.
Here's Waldo.
I like that they're both Marvel references. Very good.
Very good. Of
Wait.
course you do, Will.
But which is better? I'll say that the one on the left.
Will!
Yeah, well done.
Smashed it.
Thank you.
You're all funny.
I like it a lot.
Oh, that's a large number.
That's a large number.
Let's keep it going.
That's exciting.
Let's keep it going.
Sex in
Oh my God.
honest relationships. It's called making.
Oh, wow.
Nick, you can tell Nick's having fun when he just furiously shovels peanuts.
I hope whoever did the left one kind of panicked. Went like,
But it was more.
dinner was lovely.
I
How
thought
about
for a
some
second it was
cheese?
triple O, and I was like, Jesus.
North Darkwoo. Well done. Well done.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh, the audience favorite. It's just the random nature of it, I think.
Something you shouldn't say in a crowded
Oh,
elevator.
this is the one I had to panic on.
Oh, God. It's diarrhea.
Think about it.
Yeah. So funny.
See, I am funny.
Well done.
Yeah, but only when you're making fun of yourself.
Yeah.
Now Steph spits.
Gus in the tower revealing a dick bird, a sex magician animation. I love that this
They're both there.
played straight into a joke that is the lore of our show. That's right, yeah.
In the worst magic show, the magician pulls Gus in a towel, revealing a dick bird out of a hat. Good syntax. Me.
Oh, wow. Can we only get away with one night of this before we over-reference our show? Like, if we were to play this as a follow-up segment, it'd be like...
Yeah, well, we have to just space it out between at least 4 or 5 episodes, and
So
that
we
way
can
we
come
can
up with
build
more-
up with new material.
I can say more dumb shit. And people
Good one. Will!
Oh, it's a tie!
Yeah.
Look at that. Where was I in that? All right, double points. Here we go.
I love
It is
the
anusy.
claymation kind of look.
It's very anusy.
I do hate it when you get one that's like a... Yeah. Sorry about that.
What, starts with N, B, and...
In the interests of killing some time here, I'm going to read you Symbian.
Oh, God.
Details from on what a Symbian is. And Symbian is a discontinued mobile operating system, in brackets OS, and computing platform designed for smartphones. Symbian was originally developed as a proprietary software OS for PDAs in 1998 by the Symbian Limited Consortium. Symbian? Which one are you talking about, Nick? Have I looked up the wrong thing here?
It's a sex thing.
It's a sex thing. COD servers run on Symbian. Sybian. Sybian?
Oh my God.
That's going to be one of my answers if you say it again, Pete. Not even.
Okay, here, I'll try again. Okay, here we go. Simeon, Gospel of Luke. Simeon at the temple is the just and devout man of Jerusalem who, according to Luke 2:25-35, met
the first one was
Mary,
hard.
Joseph, and Jesus.
I had to
We've only got 2 seconds. I'll tell you more about the Bible.
I panicked.
As a safety boy.
Here we go.
How do you think you did? Let's see.
What is this? This is such a weird visual
It's a testicle
animation.
going into an anus.
Yeah, right.
It's an anthropomorphous
The
blob.
title of the YouTube video with the most negative comments.
Oh, it better be a- Too real.
Fuck you to both of these people.
What was the correlating factor?
And it was both us. We worked on both of those things.
That's so funny.
That's okay.
That's so
I was in the room.
I was in the room for the first one and I was...
For the record or the stream?
For the record.
That's so funny.
That was a hard one to answer, wasn't it?
yeah.
That
Yeah.
video. That I was like, I got total. Oh, this is a great question. Yeah, Qatar, USA, yeah. That's Gus. That's
This was a hard one. I don't know that much Bruce Springsteen. Point in case.
It's a very
Case in point.
specific...
point. Yes. Oh. Okay, no, that still works.
So,
Yeah, I can tell you. It's not true, though.
Easy to annoy this.
What?
Wow.
What the fuck?
I'm in the game?
It does this, and it's very strange. And like I've had this 3
Oh no! Someone didn't put the answer in, so knock at the door at 5 a.m. win.
Oh God, I have so many answers for that. Why did we not get that?
That's so funny.
The least convincing excuse for that hickey.
Whoa. I mean, which, to be fair, the second one is the first one.
That's true.
Right. That's the first thing you learn at sex magic school.
Look to your left, look to your right, look at each person's neck.
Very good. North Dark Woo.
I think it's brilliant.
What? Audience vote.
Do I get points for that?
What?
The name of the subreddit that only has one follower.
Oh, great.
/blank.
Oh, good.
All right. vote for
Home
the one you like
surgeries.
best.
Definitely more people would follow home surgeries.
One of these is a safety quip.
Safety quipped it.
They gave me 2 name this thing.
Yeah, that's hard.
Okay.
That's hard.
So if I get beaten by a safety quip,
Safety.
oh thank God.
Oh, but audience
Oh,
vote.
I voted on that. I thought it was good.
So am I the arsehole? Isn't that the Reddit thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that one
That is.
Was it cleverer than funnier?
Would you describe it as clever or funny or both?
That's a good question.
Oh, well. I mean, fuck you. I swear if it's someone in this room, you're about to get half a glass of cheap head in the face. Motherfucker! You son of a bitch! Where are your votes?
Oh, that's
Hey?
so good.
Oh, Big Bean. Well done, Big Bean.
Oh wow. Oh, okay.
Within 22
They swapped the numbers. Otherwise,
Yeah, I was going to say.
That was a bit
That's
dark.
too close.
Yeah.
Go for 200. I mean, that makes perfect fucking sense. Although,
it has to be the most written word in the game.
oh god.
If there was like one of
So
those
it's as a
word
testament, as I said, there's like
Did you look it up yet?
what?
Here, look,
From
okay.
this?
No.
You have to.
Oh right, okay.
Let me just mute this.
I don't do just a picture of. Yes.
Very clever.
And now, an absolutely fabulous
Oh.
Yay!
And we're left to wonder what could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Usually the ace in the hole is always the most.
Was round 2 as good for you as it was for me? Let's find out.
That's the lady.
That's a Symbian on screen right
I
now.
googled the device itself. Have you got the device in use on that screen?
Yeah.
Some of these pictures.
Post show.
Post show. Yeah, we'll show it in the post show.
You'll see a probe that we
Nick will give us a demonstration.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh,
What happened?
It crashed.
No!
Chat. Who was at the top of the last thing?
Yeah, none of us were looking. That's
Yeah.
just the winner, the default winner.
Yeah.
It was a tie between Nick and Will won the first round.
Yeah,
We didn't
I
put
wasn't near the
second
top. I think.
Oh my god!
I think Nick, you were still.
Who was it?
No!
Who wasn't?
round. I don't think it popped up. It was just black screen.
I need to know.
No, because it was the thing that you said, the little curl.
Oh, that's right. You know, that did peel.
Yeah.
That did peel around.
Oh, you can check on the stream. Well, we can check on the playback.
Someone go into clips
Someone rewind.
and then just go back a bit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Devo.
Damn, bloody damn.
Devo.
What a letdown.
But let's just keep it to the first round, Nick.
Oh, really? Is that
Oh, okay.
is that the one where Gus was
I
finally
see what you're
actually
saying.
funny?
Also, my chat is totally frozen.
Yeah, same.
Have we lost the
Is the
internet?
internet gone?
Ooh.
No, I'm still Googling things.
Is the stream still
I
up?
just Googled hats.
That'll do it. Did we just get web
Stream's still
parent?
fine.
Did the parent web? What's it called? What do parents put on the internet?
Oh, yeah.
Nanny just cracked down on us.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
Yeah, weird.
No, we're live.
We're still here?
It seems like it. Google
I
it.
don't know. No one's talking in chat.
No, everyone's saying Totes live.
No, I can't connect to chat. I just refreshed and it says connect.
Multifish says, the NBNs.
Well done. Nick was the winner with 4,740 points.
There you go.
There you go. That's all I
Amazing.
needed to know. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Okay, cool.
It's great fun. And the best thing about that is, again, if people haven't really played Jackbox, there are I think at least 4 other games in there. They're all very different, but they're all that kind of everyone submits answers. You'll have a bit of fun with
There's
them.
one that I really like where you design
T-shirts,
but then other people design the slogans, and then one person has to put them together, or different people have to choose, and you get points based on which combinations you made.
So the best thing is, first of all, I think Steam often sell a bunch of them together, the party pack 4 till 7
and you can get those t-shirts printed.
Yes, that was what they were doing with those. But as we mentioned, obviously you don't need everyone to have a copy of the game, so it's a really good one to play if you've got family interstate or that kind of thing as well. And it's, as you saw, very simple to play just with the device. So I'm spruiking it because it's especially as of just when Melbourne was in lockdown, I was playing it with family, I was playing it on different nights with other friends, and it's very, very good fun, but also very...
As far as party games go, it's very creative and fun, and
easy for people to pick up who don't...
Word-based and stuff, so it's fun.
And the best thing is you don't put down a card. Your answer's there at the end. You don't have that, it's in the atmosphere, and it's well, if it works, it works.
Yeah, totally.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. That was heaps of fun. Tonight was a fun night. Will, thanks for coming along as well. Thanks for the cookies.
No, that's the only reason.
Is this going to be an every week thing?
Who knows?
I mean, that's the problem now. We're setting up the precedent now that you don't have to come with baked goods every.
No, I was talking about him, not the baked goods.
Well,
but if there are baked goods and if there's Will and baked goods, I mean,
but
we'll see.
You should always feel free to come along.
Okay.
Thank you so much to
the team.
Your mama Roxanne.
Thanks, Mum. Let me know, with more time next time, and all.
Because there'll be more next time.
What? Do something better than personalized cookies?
Well, what would you want?
I mean, were they actually
cake? Rideable.
Roxy, no!
Roxy, run! Run, Roxy, he's bad! Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Now, a reminder that we're not on Thursday next week. We're on Wednesday night. Wednesday night is when the show is going to be on. You will find out why very soon, and that should be a cool thing that you will also enjoy watching. We have Monday. We've got news. Friday tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do a Watch Dogs stream.
Yeah, no, Pete's
locked.
Phone's locked?
No, the phone's locked. I can't do anything.
I'm editing. What do you want? Sorry.
No, that's all right. The catch one. Yeah, there you go.
Seamless.
I'm doing a Watch Dogs stream tomorrow night. I guess around 7:30, 8-ish.
Cool.
But yeah, so that'll be fun. Come hang out.
From the beginning?
Yeah, from the beginning.
Yeah, cool. So go check that out. We've got the news on Monday. We've got the playback of Watch Dogs. There's a lot of Watch Dogs. The playback, is it shaping up well?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's such a cluster.
There was a lot of it's a big time code, but it'll come down.
It's good. It'll be fun. Wednesday we'll have the news and the show as well, and then you'll see something else very soon after that.
There'll be plenty of more things said between now and next week's episode, or maybe in next week's episode, that will be perfect fodder for another game of this in the future.
Absolutely.
Just take notes at home.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. A reminder, if you want to support this show, if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/backpocket. That is where we take your money. That's basically the whole purpose of that. But what that money does is do things like pay Will, like pay for everything, pay for the inordinate amount of M&Ms that we order. It's basically very Will and the M&Ms, the two things that keep this whole shit show running. So please, if you love M&Ms and or Will, then consider subscribing at the Patreon. And you don't have to. If you want to catch up on our content and you don't watch it live, then head to our YouTube, youtube.com/backpocket channel, and tell your friends about our videos, because we are very proud of everything that we make, and we think you are proud of us too, because we are proud.
Something we're not proud of is the post show.
Oh, yes.
Or things said in the post show, which is obviously, as the name suggests, coming up next, post this show. For anyone who is at the $10 tier or above, jump across the Discord now and you get a link for that.
Though I will say, I stand by everything I say and do in the post show, and I just feel like society is the problem, that I can't say or do those things on a more public platform. But
I think that's fair.
Yeah, but at the same time, I definitely don't want you to leak anything that I say or do on the post show. All right, we'll see you guys there. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching.
Bye.
Back it up.